How?
We can do that. We can be a better society,
We
right?
can. You're right. We can, but we have to choose the right president. That's up to us.
Yeah, and you think that's the proven sexual abuser, fraudster, election denier, the guy who's held liable for
Honestly,
sexual abuse.
honestly, I don't. I do not believe that he is going to change this country. But I also do not believe that Biden is going to change this country.
Yeah, but
And
who's
he's
going to make it
shown
worse?
that. He's shown that in the last 4 years. He hasn't done shit.
Who's going to make it worse?
I could not tell you because I think honestly, and if Trump is lying to everyone in his debates and he's generally like trying to do the complete opposite and he's just bold faced lying, then Trump would do worse. But Biden is doing nothing. Even if he
Biden's passed some of the most monumental legislation in modern
Like
U.S.
what?
history.
but he
I
hasn't
already
done
described that
anything
to
as a
you.
Yeah,
president.
like we've already
For our
described like,
country.
the particular.
He hasn't done anything for our
we've
country.
We've already described the legislation that
Lies.
he's passed and how it's some of the most monumental in modern U.S. presidential history. And then the one fucking thing that Trump was able to do, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we described how that actually serves as a detriment to the country. Right? And then other things as well, the denial of the 2020 election and how that served as a detriment to the country. How we've shifted the American focus away from intellectualism, innovation, and being well-reasoned to just engaging in fringe conspiracy theory and how that has served as a detriment to the country. How we appointed judges to the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade and how this has served as a detriment to the country. Literally increasing rates of poverty, decreasing levels of education, decreasing levels of employment, and decreasing overall qualities of life. We could point out so many specific things that he did that served as a detriment.
Didn't he have an educational policy change?
Yeah, he wants to absolutely defund the Department of Education. He wants to abolish it, and he doesn't want to give any federal funding to schools that have vaccine mandates. And he wants to cut federal funding in half to all other public schools. So we see children like in California getting different funding than children in Louisiana. That's another detriment to the country.
Right. So wouldn't that mean defunding higher up schools to then therefore fix the schools in cities that have no air conditioning and stuff like that?
No, it could just mean funding the schools in which are in disadvantaged communities more to the same degree that we fund other types of schools.
That's what I'm stating. That's what I'm saying.
No, you said take away money.
Well, you just said they're defunding, right? So who are they defunding?
No, I said fund.
I don't understand. Dean just said that
I'm asking
he
for
wants to
funding this-
defund, right? And that restate what you said, Dean. What did you say?
Oh yeah, Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education, allowing it to be the case where students have different amounts of funding put into their education dependent upon the state, and making it easier for states to introduce curriculums such as like the Ten Commandments or the Bible into school. And particularly what Parker's referencing is what he would hope would be done instead of that.
Yeah.
While I'm informing you on what Trump wants to be, what Trump wants to do.
So do you disagree with defending religious freedom?
Wait, no, I think that there's a difference between defending religious freedom and then like forcing it on children in public schools.
That's
In
not.
fact, I'd
They
say
force
forcing
tons of other things
I'd say
on
that,
children.
I'd say
but
forcing. Well, yeah, they force facts.
Wait, so do you want to
objective
put other
knowledge, etc.
religions in school systems like that?
It doesn't matter. A kid's a kid.
doesn't.
A kid's a kid.
Wait,
but
do you wanna-
they
do you
put
wanna put
pride
other- do
flags
you wanna
and teach
put other-
kids about
listen,
pronouns
listen, do you-
all the time?
Listen, do you want to put, dude? Yeah, they do that in English class. They teach you about pronouns in English class. That happened throughout all of American history. What are you talking about? Do you not understand the language?
Yeah,
Not to
there's
the
also-
extent,
there's
not to the
also-
extent that it is today.
There's an
Also,
ideological.
what about other
difference here.
religions? Wait, no, let me ask him about this.
Yeah, yeah.
What about other religions?
Elaborate.
Should other religions be able to be in schools like that everywhere? Man,
Elaborate. Like, what do
Should
you
they be able to
mean?
teach the Quran in Oklahoma?
Sure. Why not?
mandate the Quran. Okay, so should we mandate the scriptures for Hindus?
It's religious freedom.
That's not
Any
religious
religion-
freedom if you're mandating particular religious scripture to be taught to kids in school.
But
Okay,
there's
can
no.
I make can I make the atheist Bible?
Yeah, Satanism. Could we teach? Would it be okay for like California to like mandate Satanism to be taught to all of their students?
Well, Satanism is inappropriate and has a very.
but
violent
but
general-
Christianity is when it says in 1 Samuel 15:3 that God wanted to genocide the Amalekite people, man,
Yeah,
woman,
the
and child.
Bible
or like
can be
Leviticus 25
violent,
verse
but-
44 where God says that slavery is okay, or like particular references in like Ephesians or Peter or the New Testament where it's reiterated that slavery is okay, or particular references in Numbers where it talks about. It's like these aren't violent and these should be taught to children.
No, I agree. I think that it's. What do you mean by children? Like
School
elementary
children.
school, like, because there's a difference. There's different things taught in different grades and different sections of school. So, how young do you feel? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't think that this should be forced on anyone.
So you think that they shouldn't be educated about religion at all? It
There's
just
a
shouldn't be
difference
a
between
thing.
being educated about
Appreciate the
religion
galaxy.
and like
Thank
a
you so much.
comparative religions course where they go over particular
Well, it's not
religions.
forced
I'm
on
okay
them.
with
They
religious
sit there
studies if we
and
can
try
all
and
major
force
religions.
Like
geometry
religious
on
studies,
you.
like I took a course of religious studies. It was so fun. What I'm particularly referencing is schools teaching these little kids that God exists, indoctrinating them into that belief, and then teaching them that the only reason that they should be good moral people is because God says so. Because what will inevitably happen is when a lot of these kids grow up, think for themselves, become rational, and they recognize that God doesn't exist, well, all of a sudden, what reason do they have to be good people? They should be good people to be good people, not be good people because God says so, and that's facts.
I don't agree with you. I really don't agree. That's very.
And it's okay, you're delusional.
bland way
Like it's
of
okay,
thinking.
you're delusional. No, it's okay, you're
I'm
delusional.
not delusional.
Yes, of
You're
course you are.
delusional. You're so caught up in.
No,
in
you conceive of a
internet
false
facts
god,
and-
a false
and
deity that only
politics
exists in the
that
context of
you're
your own head,
delusional.
that has been historically used to perpetuate harm and marginalization onto subdivided communities in the context of America and the worldwide as a whole. This is why same-gendered relations were not legalized until the early 2000s. This is why it wasn't viewed as insofar as why a man could grape a woman in the context of marriage. This is why women have typically been understood to be subservient to men.
So if it's such
due to
a
the
weapon,
religion,
then
this
why
is
don't they
why
already
like
do it in
during the
schools?
times of emancipation era slavery, there's a particular slave Bible that was given to the African Americans at the time that taught them that they're supposed to be slaves because God said so. And this is why we continue to see furthered harm and marginalization perpetuated on these communities even today, such as people like you on this live right now saying that children should be indoctrinated into these beliefs, or on my lives where I ask people why being JOI is wrong, and then they just mask their prejudice with a fucking scripture, and meanwhile they know nothing about it. It's gross, it's disgusting, it harms people, and we should not be literally indoctrinating little children into holding these beliefs to be true because their teacher says so. Like, these are already individuals that are in positions of
But
authority.
you
When I was
agree
growing
with-
up, I listened to my teachers
Oh
because
my
I viewed
God.
them as smarter than myself. They were there to
faster.
teach me. They were
Crazy.
there to teach me how to be a good person. They were there to give me information that should be taught as objective fact. And we cannot have these individuals in these positions of authority teaching God, Scripture, and the Bible as objective facts to these young, impressionable minds. Absolutely, 110%.
I don't agree. I don't agree because
Why?
personally I believe in God. So I can't, if you can't tell someone that believes in God that the Bible itself is wrong because there's violence inside of it. If
No,
you
the
read
Bible itself is wrong
entire
because it's
Bible-
unjustified. The only reason you believe in God is because of this absent faith that is not truth tracking and does not tell us what is justified to believe in. Right? You don't have any good reason to believe
No.
that God exists. But that's
Do you-
besides
okay,
the
let
point.
me ask you a
You can't
question.
use this basis of faith
for a
to
second.
say you
Slow
just
down.
have faith that millions of children should be indoctrinated into the same beliefs as you. You just have faith that we should teach young children the reason that they should be good is because some imaginary God, not because they should be good so they can be good and treat others with respect and dignity. You just have faith.
Yeah,
that
a
these
lot of
individuals will be
people that
indoctrinated
grew
into
up in a
similar
Christian
beliefs. It's gross.
household have very good morals and live a very respectful life and they're pretty good people. I don't you can't name a single
No
Wait.
one's disputing that.
Yeah, but you know,
Okay,
I
then.
particularly,
So what's-
what
I grew up
particularly-
in a Christian household. Like, what?
You can't act like there's no violence in the world. Like a kid being taught about violence and that there is violence and whatever. Like
No,
that's
a kid
the
being
truth.
taught that all good moral God that prescribes what is good and bad for us to follow through commandment says that slavery is okay is completely different from what you're describing. But if you're saying that children should be taught Christianity because it is the case that it leads to social cohesion,
I
well, when
think
we
that
look
they
at
should
particular
be
LDS,
educated
one
about
second,
a
when we look at
creator.
when we look at particular LDS communities
you
within the
5
one
minutes.
second, when we look at particular
5
LDS,
minutes.
one second, when we look at particular one second, when we look at particular LDS communities within the Mormon Church, such as in Utah, such as in Salt Lake City, we see greater levels of social cohesion than we see in particularly like non-denominational or Orthodox towns in like the American South. So would you say that children should be taught the Book of Mormon instead of the general Christian Bible for the reason that it leads to higher levels of social cohesion?
1 second. 1 second. Look, dude, you can't sit here and convince
Would you say
me
that children should be taught the Book of Mormon in comparison to the general Christian Bible as it leads to higher levels of social cohesion?
I really don't think it just depends on what their parents' beliefs. They should be able to.
Oh, it depends on what the parents believe, not what the school systems believe, and that is why we shouldn't mandate the Bible or the Ten Commandments.
But yet the kids can be taught about pronouns and gender and
Yeah,
school,
because pronouns and
sexuality.
genders inform people on who they are, and it teaches them how to be better
But it
people
goes
to
against
others.
religion.
Because when people
But
don't
it goes against
understand certain
religion.
attributes of others, they become bad people. They become prejudiced, and because they don't understand it. So
Why are
that's
you such
exactly
an
why we should
emotional
teach
dirtball? Why are you
children
being
about
so
those
emotional?
things. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm just,
You
quite
seem
emotional.
very emotional.
And you seem quite ignorant. You seem quite undereducated.
You seem very,
quite
very
prejudiced.
angry.
You seem quite
Take a
the
chill
type of guy
pill,
that would like justify your beliefs on the basis of faith.
Relax, bro. Chill. You're
I
choking
think
on
he's
your
not
words.
going to engage with you. Yeah. Okay. So I have a question.
relax.
Also,
Triple,
please don't make fun of my stutter. I just would appreciate that if you didn't do that.
Aw,
Yeah. What the fuck? Do you think
that's so
that?
fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up for you to make fun of someone's stutter.
Is it a medical thing?
Yes.
Speech
Oh,
impediment.
shit, I
Yes.
haven't heard you stutter the entire time except there, and you're gonna fucking say it's a medical thing, dude. Get out of
You
here.
you understand that someone's stutter doesn't go off at all moments?
It's clearly Biden's does. So I'm
No,
gonna
it doesn't.
compare it. Yeah, it does. It happens
doesn't.
almost every debate. Every time he
So
talks.
it go again. Well, he has a stutter. So are you saying him having a stutter is a bad thing? Him having a speech impediment is a bad thing?
I'm not saying he can't control it. I'm not saying that, but
yeah.
Right
Also,
there,
Triple.
Dean,
Dean, but you
stuttered.
were just making fun of it.
yeah, it was because it was
Yeah.
funny.
How is it
Yeah.
funny for someone to have a speech impediment?
Because it's not life threatening. It's funny.
What?
Stuttered
Just
the
because
entire
something's
time
not
after
life
sitting there
threatening.
getting
Wait,
emotional.
wait. Just
and
because
I was
something's not
ignorant.
life threatening doesn't mean that it's
It's
okay
funny.
to make fun of.
I'm not making fun of everyone with a speech impediment.
Also,
but he's
Shirley,
talking
thank you so much for the
completely fine every other
$25
live
on
I've been
Venmo.
in,
I
so-
appreciate you so much for the love, Shirley. Thank you so much for the $25
Wait,
on Venmo.
do you think saying the N word is okay?
If you're African American or if
No, if you're white. Do you think someone who's white says the N word is okay?
like hard R,
Yeah, do you think it's
No.
okay?
Either
No.
form.
So,
Either
so
form.
exactly,
Yeah,
because
I
it can
think-
lead
I
to
think- I
bigotry,
think
it can
with
lead to
AIDS,
hate,
fine, like,
right?
unless
So
you-
similarly to how you acknowledge forms of bigotry can lead to hate and bad things happening and
That's
threats of
just a
violence,
feelings
right?
issue. That's
As to
a-
why
that's
you
a-
shouldn't use that term. Well, then you also shouldn't use
Why not?
particular types of
Why not?
methods of making fun of people for having speech impediments as well, because that form of ableism, right, can also be used as a form of violence.
Also, I just think it's
There are
funny
are
that
people
A
like the
form of
older millennial.
violence, and that's
Listen.
a joke.
There are people like the older millennial that have 1.1 million followers on this app that quite literally came up on the live and said that you should unalive mentally disabled people, right?
well, that's crazy.
That's
That's
MAGA.
crazy.
That's MAGA. That's MAGA.
I also just think it's a case that he couldn't engage with any of the points.
That's
that I was
what I'm
making.
saying, dude.
I think
You're
that I ultimately
putting
one
me in
second.
a
Hey,
group of
one
people that
second,
I
buddy.
just am not
One second.
related
Hey,
to.
one second, buddy. So I think it's
You
a
call
case
me
that he
buddy.
couldn't. One second, buddy. So I think it's a case that he couldn't engage with anything that I was
Good.
saying, and I ultimately just absolutely railed him on the subject and reduced him down to saying that it should be the parents who are in charge of their
Felicia,
child's
thank you for the
religious
$2.
studies.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I
Right?
think that
which,
should be
which was
that should
ultimately
go
a
for
concession to my
sexuality,
point.
too.
So then he couldn't contend my position with facts, reason, or logic. So then he just had to start talking about certain attributes of my character insofar as demeaning me
Aaron,
to
thank you for the
disregard the
$1.
points that I'm making. But that's okay. That's what I
You're talking to
that's what I
yourself.
expect out of a MAGA cultist.
Aaron wants to know if you have any compassion at all.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got compassion. Who's Aaron? Some random
person who
person.
just sent me $1. Yeah.
Yeah, I have compassion. I mean, I'm a good person, but I've been watching these lives for, I would say, a pretty long time. Like, I've been on here, plenty, and I've never, not one time, have I heard Dean stutter at all.
What?
Never.
It
I've
comes
been on
out
Dean's
sometimes.
lives
It
too.
comes.
I've been on his lives.
It comes
plenty.
out sometimes more than others. I don't.
Right. So it's a
control it,
medical
controls
thing,
itself.
or it's just like being a human.
Yeah, I've had a stutter since I was very young. I had to go. I had to go through.
So you have medical papers that
I had to
state
go
you have
through
a
I had to
stuttering
go through
problem.
particular speech therapy for it to overcome it to like a degree where I can speak and it not
Okay,
be
well, don't
present in
talk
every
so fast.
sentence.
I don't know. Don't try and talk so fast next time.
What?
I really don't know what to tell you.
Blaming
What's
him
the
for having a
all
stutter is
emotional?
crazy as fuck.
And then call me ignorant and expect not to get caught out for stuttering. I mean, what do you cry about it? Like, seriously.
What?
What?
Bro, you're so weird. Like, why do you think it's okay to do that? Like,
I actually
I just
think
don't
it's okay to
understand
do
it. You
what?
as a Christian, you're literally a Christian.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
When I
What?
triple hunk when I try to slow down my speech and focus more on like
Ashley,
not
think of the
stuttering.
You
dollar.
usually talk
I actually
very slow.
I actually
until
stutter
you get
more.
emotional.
Wait, Ashley wants to know why you're so jealous of Dean. Why?
Yeah, no, this is what they do. Triple hunk, you're embarrassing
Right.
yourself right now. I
Yep.
dunked on you. I made you embarrass yourself in
Slam
front of
dunk.
4.3 thousand
Alley-oop.
people. I absolutely led you down a
I
logical
don't
problem,
give
got
a
you in a
shit.
corner until you conceded, and now you're just pissed off. You're whining. You're
Everything
waiting.
was cordial
An emotional
until
train
you
wreck.
got in.
Yo,
You're
Caitlin, thank you
emotional.
so much. I appreciate it.
You're a
Caitlin,
train
thank
wreck.
you for the $20 on
Your
Cash
life
App.
is
Can we
very
get some
sad.
W's
You
in the
sit in
chat for
front
them
of
right now?
people
Thank
you
you
don't
so much.
know.
I really
We got-
appreciate
Talk a
it.
bunch of
We got
shit
an
and try to
emotional train
embarrass
wreck. Let's
people
get some
and
baby
gaslight
bottles in the chat for the baby,
talk
for
over
the child.
people. It's
Let's
like
get
your
let's get
entire
some
life.
baby bottles in the chat for the baby.
Baby bottles in the chat.
Yep, baby bottles in the chat.
Baby bottles in the
Triple.
chat.
Yeah, we do need some baby bottles because you're literally not engaging with any argument. You're just quite literally sitting up here and like being jealous of Dean.
About how? In what way? Because I said something about his stutter. I'm jealous.
No,
he
you're
stutters?
you're sitting up here. You're so angry at the fact. Oh, you got flagged for harassment and bullying. Dean, you did too. Come up on your other account. Dean, come up on your other account, bruv. Roxy, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Chris, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. All right. We're gonna get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Is this account on full threat?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll just
do you
calm
have a
down.
different account?
Yes.
You should come up on that one.
Bet.
Dylan, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Dylan. I appreciate it. Let's get the next person up. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump. Tessa, thank you for the $30 on Cash App. Yo, Tessa, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can we get some W's for Tessa in the comment section as well? Thank you so much, Tessa. I appreciate it. Dean, was that the account you were just on? And Tracy, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate it. Dean, was that the account you were just on? Or was that a different one? No? Okay, I got it. All right, yo, what's up, Halby? Hello? All right, let's get this next person up here.
In the meantime, guys, do make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen.
All right, do give it a second. Yosef, how old are you?
Hello, I'm 18.
Are you voting for Trump?
Well, I would vote RFK, but I think he can't win, so yeah, probably Trump.
Why so?
It's more so like I think Biden's kind of racist. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And Trump isn't?
I haven't seen much proof of him being racist.
Really? How about the birther movement that he started? Right, where he said that the first black president, Barack Obama, was born in Kenya with no sufficient evidence when we have birth certificates of him born in the United States?
Or the civil litigation from like just not allowing, anyone other than like white people to like rent particular properties. His team would mark housing applications from black people with a letter C so they could disregard them. There's like civil litigation over that. Referencing the African Americans as quote unquote black with an S at the end during the debate. Referencing Black Job, Central Park 5, calling for the death penalty of like
Calling Biden a bad Palestinian in the debate.
yeah.
That's a lot. That's fair, to be fair, but Biden also is like you didn't really like. You're always like Trump has 34 felonies, this, that, and I agree with that. But like, what about Biden being racist? Is that like cool?
Rachel, I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. No, we don't think any of that is cool. I do believe there are behaviors of Biden that have been racist, but a difference I do see in their behavior is that Biden will acknowledge when he does wrong and try to do better. Tessa, I appreciate all the subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Tessa. Whereas you don't see that same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump will not. He has never apologized for racist behaviors or try to do better. He consistently does them over and over and over again. Would you vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
Yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
I don't
that
think
mustache
Joe
thinks so much,
Biden
Dylan.
or Trump are the right people.
Okay. Who is?
I don't know, and I think that's the problem. I think it's too much Democrat versus
Did you know
Republican.
RFK recently just said that like there were like they brought up essay allegations against him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not a church boy."
Yeah, I did see that, and I don't like him either. I'm just saying I think he's better. He's younger than them, and I just think he's better.
Saying that is better. Like,
I'm not
Dean, I'm
saying
sorry,
it's
you got to
good.
see this video of RFK. It's actually crazy.
No, but when you listen to RFK speak, like he's actually like he's talking about America, and it's not I hate Trump or I hate Biden. He's not talking about the other opponent. He's actually trying to hone in on our country.
Yeah, here's my
More so
thoughts. I think that on the surface level, I could see why people are fooled by RFK. I've listened to him in the past without having enough info on him and been like, dang, this guy's explaining the housing crisis and exactly what he will do to resolve it if he's elected. He's offered more explanation than like any other presidential candidate that I've
Yeah,
ever
okay,
seen.
thanks so much, real quick, Dean.
Yeah.
Yo, David, thank you for the $50 on Cash App. Can we get some W's right now for David in the chat? Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep up the good fight. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, David. Can we get at least 50 plus W Davids in the chat right now? Thank you so much.
But it's like then you actually learn more about him. He's insane. P. He said some incredibly terrible shit. He's done insane shit. There's a picture of him with like a barbecued dog, alongside
That
what
was a
Parker's saying
good-
right now.
I'm not
Like,
saying that's good, though.
dude, like I understand why people that don't have access to enough information would be voting for RFK, but like now you have access to that info.
Do you think Biden's a good choice? How would I put it that way?
I think he's better than Trump. But no, I don't think he's a good choice.
All right, that's Dean.
He's a good choice in relation to Trump, we would say that. But not
That's
a
fair.
good choice like alone.
All right, I just wanted to kind of get your viewpoint on where you
Okay.
stand with Biden.
All right, well, is there anything else you want to talk about, or add?
Really good point. No, thank you.
Appreciate
Have a great
you
day,
coming
you
out.
guys.
You as well. Let's go on to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates. If you want to support me or Dean, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone.
Hell yeah. Is my information in the bio of this account, y'all? Just clarify, because I really don't know.
All right, let's try to add this next person up. If you're MAGA, type in the comment section right now. This bro person spams the comment section with MAGA, but they can't even join the live.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they probably don't know that.
I've said it to him before.
now he definitely does.
Thank you for the hand arts. Thank you so much. Yo, SK, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18. I just want to say Dean's a bitch.
Why? I love my fans.
Oh, come on. I wanted to talk to that guy. Come on.
I know, me too.
Hello, how old are you? Echo. If you're MAGA, type in the chat right now. Yo, Will, thank you for the $15 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, they're saying their name. I'll look. There you are.
Damn, people hate me, bro.
Yo, what's up? Are you MAGA?
Yeah, I'm mega.
Why so?
Why so? Because, I mean, you just lie about the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act like it didn't do anything.
What did I
Hello,
lie?
double the standard deduction, double the child tax credit.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
So-
so again, the overall, it didn't specifically lead to like rich people, I mean, the middle class being affected to a better degree comparative to rich people.
Yeah.
And also, literally all that debt related spending for a 0.02% annual increase in GDP.
it's crazy. And there's also
Well,
like some.
what about the GDP increase in Q3 of 2020? What do you think of that? Just curious.
Earl, I appreciate the dollar. Thank you so much. Again, I'm talking about what the policy is relating to, not like what happened under their administration. If there was a particular point in which Trump was president where there was low economic growth, I wouldn't necessarily say it's related to his policy.
Yeah, well,
But
like
what
we're
I was
relating-
saying is that due to the effect of the policy, it barely helped to GDP. 83% of taxes went to the top 1%. Timothy, think of the $10. Thank you so much. And it literally added multiple trillions to the debt.
Wait, proportionally though, it cut taxes less for the 1%.
What?
Like the highest tax cut went to the middle class.
No, 83%
Like it was a 4%
taxes-
tax
You're
cut for the
lying.
middle class. Okay.
83% of taxes went to the top 1%.
Well, you can go to
If you talk overall numbers in terms of the amount of money given, 83%, 82.8% went to the top 1%.
Brian, think
is that
of the dollar
nominally
PayPal.
or proportionally?
I'm talking overall of all
Again,
of the money
nominally
given
or
in the bill.
proportionally?
I don't. What do you mean by nominally versus proportionally? Proportionally,
like-
obviously, because I'm talking 83% of the overall amount of money that was given.
So
Kathy, thank you for the $10.
Okay,
Thank you so much. I appreciate
83%
it.
of all the money that was cut, the tax cut, 83% of the money, total money resulting from the tax cut,
Yes.
went to the rich, and the rich make like
83%,
a shit
top
ton more
1%,
money, right?
Top 1%. People making like over $500,000 a year.
Right, but they make a shit ton more than that's the whole income inequality problem, right? You know this. They make a ton more money than the people in the
So
the
why
lower
would you
middle
shift
class.
tax policy to
So
keep benefiting
nominally,
them?
nominally, sure, but proportionally,
And
if you look at the actual tax cut, it gave a 4% cut to the upper middle class, and then 3% to the middle class, and 3% to the lower class. Whereas
Yeah,
it gave
so in overall money,
2.9% to the
you
upper
could have
class.
given significantly higher levels of tax cuts to the middle class if you didn't have the tax cuts for people making over 500,000. Do you agree?
I mean, if you
Only
don't give the tax
17%
cuts
going
to the higher,
Okay, 17% of the money going to the bottom 99%. You think is a good distribution of the money?
well, it's not redistribution of wealth. It's just a tax cut.
17% of the money went to the 99%. Not even the middle class, the 99%. So you talk about that upper middle class tax cut. Even the upper middle class didn't get much comparative to the rich, like to the top 1%. So it's laughable that you act like that's good policy.
Right, because their income, the richest income, is just so much higher. Nominally, it'll just overshadow.
Yeah, so then stop
everything
giving
from
them
everybody
more
else.
fucking tax breaks and give people help who are in the middle class that need
Right.
it.
Yeah, like the
So you
Tax
want to
Cuts
cut
and
more
Jobs Act
taxes
could
for
have
the
been
middle class,
genuinely-
or no?
If that's all we're able to do, I would do tax cuts for the middle class. Yes.
Would you like bring it down to 0% if you could? Just curious.
Obviously, I don't think 0% is sustainable.
Well, if you could only tax the rich and then bring it down to 0% for the middle and lower class, would you do that?
If it was possible, yes, but that's not fiscally possible.
Well, I mean, that's what Trump's proposing with the tariffs.
No, the tariffs actually increase the burden on the middle class because it is the case that they pay a greater proportion of their income on goods. So if goods go up by 85% because you want to replace the same federal taxes with tariffs, which will have decreasing returns over time, so you have to continually increase the tariffs. Well, then that's going to destroy the middle class of this country. It's going to isolate us from the world economy, right, and destroy American business.
Yeah, like
Brianna, thank you
all-
for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Brianna. I appreciate
virtually
it.
all economists, right or left, agree that tariffs are bad. I mean, this is why we see like trade agreements and partnerships between like conglomerates of countries, such as the TPP, which Trump pulled out of, by the way, to reduce them. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you for the love. And yeah, Trump's plan about just getting eradicating the federal like personal income tax and replacing it with tariffs would be an insane detriment to the American taxpayer.
Well, I mean, if we cut a bunch of spending and then replace all the taxes with a tariff, wouldn't that incentivize manufacturing within our country,
George, I appreciate you for the $3.
Appreciate the confetti.
or
Thank you
like
so much. Say that one more
production
time,
within
sorry.
our country?
Say it one more time. The tariffs would,
I said
they would
if
encourage
we
production in our
replace-
country. I agree
Yeah.
that they would encourage production in our country, but that does not actually make the prices better off because there would be an even greater demand for American goods because of the increase in prices, which would cause prices for American goods to shoot up along with the prices of everything else. So if you think inflation was bad right now, tariffs would absolutely destroy prices and destroy inflation.
Right, and which would
people would have no money in the middle class. They wouldn't be able to pay their bills.
and which would disproportionately affect the middle and the lower class, right?
Well, sure. If you're talking like the end goal, like when we go to the store and buy something, it'll cost like a shit ton more money. My
Yeah,
thought
it would
would
be
be
significantly
the
more
producers of this stuff, or the sellers of this stuff, which would be in the higher class, would have to go ahead and pay that tariff when they buy stuff from China.
They would pass it on to consumers.
Yeah.
85% tariff
Right.
is not manageable for the firm.
Well, I don't think. I mean, I don't want an 85% tariff. I want 10% across the board.
And these would be firms from other countries because they're importing.
Wait, what?
They're firms
Who
from other
pays the
countries
tariff?
because they're importing. Countries that are importing goods in the United States.
Okay, and then these firms are from other countries.
Yes.
So
That's what a
importers
tariff
and
would be
exporters
on.
are
It would
the
be
person
on
paying the-
would be on imports
tariff.
into the United
Okay.
States. It's their exports, our imports.
So you want to? Well, wouldn't you rather tax luxury purchases instead of taxing income so much?
Wait,
You know, like
tariffs
people
are not
going and
just
buying
on.
yachts.
He's not just advocating for tariffs on luxury purchases. He's advocating for tariffs on every good, right? Every good in order to be able to pay for federal income tax going bye-bye. You have no clue what you're talking about economically speaking. That would devastate the middle class.
Well, you think it would like raise inflation or whatever?
Oh, it absolutely would. Tariffs cause price increases. He lied about that in the debate as well. He said tariffs don't cause increase in prices. That's economically illiterate. He knows that's wrong. He would have learned that if he actually had he has a major in economics. Did you know that? Trump has a degree in economics, right?
Yeah, I do.
If
I
he
did know that. I
remembers
was gonna
any of
ask
his
you that.
classes, he would know that's wrong.
Yeah, I also just want
So
to
he's
clarify.
lying.
Just want to clarify for
Well, he
the
also
second
got his
time,
degree in, like,
the
72
particular
or something.
The particular issue.
Yeah,
that's
still,
being-
you should know that if you're a fucking economics degree holder.
The particular issue that's being raised by Parker once again is not political. This is the view held by virtually all economists: conservative, Republican, Democrat, liberal. This is this is the standard, right? Like this is the consensus.
The consensus is that tariffs are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I wouldn't say like consensus, but like there's a vast amount of people that say tariffs are really bad. Appreciate that, Hinder. Thank you so much. You're going to get people from Milton Friedman to people on the left arguing that tariffs are bad.
Okay. So doesn't Joe Biden want to make EVs affordable?
Uh-huh.
So why would he put tariffs on EV parts and batteries if he wants to make them affordable? If that's
argue
your
for-
logic,
I wouldn't argue for tariffs doing that.
well, that's his policy. It's not
yeah,
about
so
arguing.
I would disagree with that if it's a policy that he has. I disagree with his tariff policy.
Like he upheld the tariffs on China.
But Trump does
He did.
harsher tariff policy.
Like Biden upheld the tariffs on China, which both me and Parker disagree with.
Okay, so then why are you voting for Joe Biden?
Because he's the lesser of two
Better than
evils.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, we're not voting for Joe Biden because we agree with everything that he does. As Parker just pointed out, we're voting for him because he's better than the alternative.
And the alternative is Trump, and Trump is so bad because he wants to lower taxes.
No, he doesn't want to lower taxes. He wants to increase taxes on the middle class by the tariff policy. He wants to undermine our American democracy by not accepting the election results. He quite literally tried to not allow for a peaceful transition of power by trying to get Mike Pence to not certify the election results.
Right.
Okay.
Rapist, felon, everything. You know, like
I'm
we
just
could- we
curious.
could touch on
Does a
everything.
candidate have the right to challenge election results or no?
Yeah,
They
the right
do,
to
they do,
question it,
and that
not
was
to
done with
deny them
Al
that
Gore.
evidence.
That was done with Hillary Clinton, but he didn't change whenever the clear evidence indicated he didn't win the election.
Yeah,
He
like
still
there's
believes
a,
that to this day.
there's a difference between questioning our electoral and civil processes, which is something that we should do, and denying them for 4 years on the basis of no evidence while being disproven by 60 courts of laws, including 17 courts with judges that he appointed, and convincing tens of millions of American voters that it was rigged, instilling virtues of distrust in their civil and electoral processes. Huge conflation being made there.
Right. Sure. I mean, I guess you could say that, right? A huge conflation between, complete distrust of the process and questioning. Sure. But did you not have questions the morning after the election in 2020?
Yeah, everyone had questions.
Did it not seem a
think
little
we should
weird?
I think we should keep questioning our government. I think we should keep questioning
But
these
my
systems.
questions weren't like, was the election stolen? My question is like, what should we do next? But like,
Well, yeah,
as
sure.
it relates to,
oh, cool.
as it relates to the
Yeah,
election,
makes
though, in terms of like the votes, I knew that this was going to happen, like because of the mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
Well, you knew the
questioning
mail-in
equals
ballots
good.
would like break for Biden. Is that?
Yeah, because
How'd you
Trump
know that?
said to go vote in person, and Democrats were more likely to engage in social distancing, which
That makes sense.
mail-in voting is a form of social distancing, in terms of the pandemic.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, so you see like that bump in Wisconsin. You don't think anything about that. It's just normal statistically.
What did the court
not
cases say?
anomalous.
What did the court cases say?
Well, what do the court cases say? I mean, the court cases in Arizona and Michigan said that there were more ballots sent out or sorry, more ballots
No.
sent in that were even sent out.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
You want to give a source for that?
Source is the
courts
case
did not say
themselves.
that. When did the
Okay.
court say that?
After the forensic analysis in Arizona. What do you mean?
Show me.
I have to pull it up, but okay, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead. Meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's get to 250,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. I'd love to see this. What evidence will he fucking find?
Well, I mean, actually, I slightly appreciate Will in comparison to the other people that we've talked to, because he's actually looking for evidence. I mean, I feel like we need
I agree.
to,
I agree.
Yeah,
That's
no, of course I'd
definitely
love to find evidence.
yeah. That should not go unnoted, because the trend of the supporters that we've been speaking to has been complete disregard of using any evidentiary standard to justify their claims.
Definitely. Yeah, so do everyone tap that screen. Everyone tap that screen. Dean, you want to talk about Project 2025? Because people are asking.
Yeah.
I'll
you
talk
your
about
video?
Project 2025. What's so bad about it?
You totally agree?
Wait, hold on. Let me get the evidence.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll tell you exactly what's bad about it.
Will,
Yeah.
but do you agree with Project 2025 in whole?
In whole, I don't think I agree with every single policy in Project 2025,
Okay.
but I've read
so,
the thing.
So just
I've
to
read
clarify
I've
here,
read the
so
document.
while you're looking for the evidence, I'll go ahead and tell you some of the things in Project 2025. I haven't read through the entire 900 pages, but I know someone that has read through a lot of it and has given some good notes here. So Project 2025 advocates to replace 50,000 civil servants within the government with Trump loyalists and to be placed under direct presidential control. It wants to eliminate the Department of Education, leaving it up to the state and diverting public funds to private schools. They want to withdraw the abortion pill Mile Lifestone from the market. Or sorry, they want to withdraw the abortion pill, from the market. They want to delete the terms critical race theory, sexual orientation, gender identity, diversity, equality, inclusion, gender awareness, gender equality, reproductive health rights, et cetera, abortion. It states that women have an alternative option to abortion, which would be adoption, and Congress will support while deploying existing federal powers to protect innocent life and vigorously complying with statutory bans on federal funding of abortion. It wants to restore quote-unquote war fighting as its sole mission to be set out in defeating the threat of the Chinese Communist Party as its highest priority, an existential need for aggressive use of vast powers of the executive branch to return to power, basically just giving more power to Trump if he were to be reelected. They want to end the promise that we had with Ukraine and discontinue our involvement in the treaty. That makes our nation seem unreliable, yada, yada, yada. We went over that a lot. They want to get rid of the left wing and consistence in like liberal media, such as PBS or NPR, because they quote unquote don't even bother to run programming that would attract conservatives. Okay, they want to dismantle the DEI agenda, right? Diversity, equality, and inclusion within the workplace. They want to allow lawmakers to eliminate community eligibility provision and reject efforts to create universal free school meals in lower income districts or schools. And they don't want to allow or provide students to receive free lunches or meals during the summer if they're not in school. If this would apply under these like lower socioeconomic standings, they want to end student loan forgiveness programs, and they would expect all these students to repay their loans. They want to eliminate or roll back education-related regulations, such as like charter school grant programs, the civil rights data collection, student assistance under general provisions, like Title VI assistance to the states for the Title VI, or like assistance to the states of education of children with disabilities. They want to phase out existing income-driven repayment plans, and they want to reform the Office of Federal Student Aid in a negative manner. They want to out children who may be socially transitioning within schools to the parents because it quote-unquote infringes upon the parental rights. They also don't want to allow teachers or administrators to use preferred name or preferred pronouns if that isn't on a child's birth certificate. And these are just a couple of the points here from Project 2025.
Not allowing them to use preferred names is crazy. So you can't call a kid Matt that's name is Matthew?
Yeah.
Are you reading from the People's
Ryan.
Guide to Project 2025?
Ryan, thank you for the $5.
I appreciate
Thank
you
so much,
for
Brian.
$5 on Cash App. Thank you so much for the love. No, this is coming from someone that I don't know personally. They just sent me over some key points from it, and they told me that I should talk more about it on my live. And it seems to be vetted. Sent it to another friend that's quite familiar
Appreciate
with
some guys.
Project
Thank you so much.
2025. And these would even be referencing particular quotes from the 900-page document, and this is just some of them.
Right, and so I mean, you listed a lot of things there. So what of those things do you most strongly disagree with?
What? I think basically all of them.
Yeah, yeah, like
You
no,
disagree with all of them.
like no free school lunch for underprivileged students.
Yeah, can you
is-
explain to me
is
how that's good?
crazy
Yeah, explain to me how that's good.
No
Like-
free school lunch.
for underprivileged.
for
Yeah, I mean,
kids,
I'm
yeah.
not going to defend that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why
I mean,
would it
it's
defend that?
indefensible.
I'm not agreeing with every. Again, like I said, I'm not agreeing with every single policy in Project
Like, no
2025.
birth control?
But it's not
That's
gonna. It's not gonna like allow people
No, wait,
to go.
wait.
in-
No birth
in,
control.
like,
Do you agree
lynch-
with that?
What?
Do you agree with no birth control?
No birth. Well, I agree with repealing the ACA's, forcing employers that don't agree with providing birth control for their employees. I disagree with that within the ACA. It forces employers to pay for their employees' birth control, even if they have a moral or religious objection to it.
Do you,
Why would I agree with
Babes?
that?
Babes?
Why would anybody agree with that? So like
I
say
don't
like
give it- I
say
don't
say
give it-
you're
yeah.
say you're like a Christian company. The ACA will force you to pay for your employees' birth control. Why is that okay?
Wait, so yeah, no. Why do you think someone shouldn't be able to get access to a birth control?
I don't think no, I
Payton,
don't think
thank you
that's
for
the
the
case. I
$5
think they
on
should
Venmo.
pay
Thank
for
you
it
for
on their
love,
own.
Payton.
Or their insurance can pay it if their
Oh
insurance
no,
isn't
we're
like
talking
Christian
about
insurance
like,
or whatever.
he asked you specifically if you agree with the federal ban on birth control.
No, I don't agree with that, but that's not what
Okay,
Project
perfect.
2025
And then we also see that
has.
Project
It's not in
2025 wants
Project
to replace
2025.
like civil servants within the government with Trump loyalists. How do you feel about that?
We need a restructuring of the executive branch anyway. That's why we had Chevron deference.
So how do you feel about
return?
replacing civil servants with the Trump loyalists?
Replacing civil servants with Trump loyalists? What do you mean? Like what do you think, how do you think they'll do that? They're going to create like a database of Trump loyalists and then hire only
Yeah,
those people?
that's why they've
Is
been
that-
like doing like ads from his super PAC, from Trump super PAC, just to collect Trump loyalists. Yeah, like recruitment campaigns, etc.
Well, shit, let me sign up.
Okay, so you agree with that. Yeah, and then just granting more power to the executive branch. That's
Bro
going to be
just
found on
thinks it's
page
funny.
44.
Like, what?
No, that can't. Okay, look.
Like you think
Overturning
like
Chevron
making society
kneecaps
worse
that whole
is like
thing.
is like
Like
good.
if you want like to give the executive branch unlimited power, then you probably are okay with Chevron deference. But you
I don't
guys
know
all
anything-
all
I don't
freaked
know
out
anything
because
about
Chevron got
Chevron
overturned.
deference. I don't know.
Well, Chevron just allowed for these executive agencies just to interpret the law however they saw fit without any recourse for the people or anybody. So, I mean, at least limited recourse. But now you can sue them.
Okay. Yeah. So did you find that source, by the way?
Oh, Peyton, thank you for the $5
source?
on Venmo. Peyton was
Yeah.
actually the one that wrote that list. I appreciate you for that, Peyton. And thank you for
Sure,
the $5
you can
on
go
Venmo.
to campaignlegal.com/results-lawsuits- regarding 2020-elections. And you were right.
What
A
was
lot
the
of them got
title?
over. Huh?
What was
The title? Results of lawsuits regarding the 2020 elections from the
And I was right?
Advancing Democracy Through Law. Yeah, you were right that a lot of them came back and said, well, there's no standing here, or there's or this is in bad faith, or there's insufficient evidence to indicate like what we were claiming or what the plaintiff is claiming. So yeah, I mean, I can see where you would get your opinion, and that's
Wait,
okay. You
I
can
have a
have that
question.
opinion.
I'm
still skeptical.
Yeah, it's skeptical for sure. Hey, do you think
So
Trump is
yeah,
a
you think
rapist?
it's okay to undermine our American democracy?
Do I think it's okay to undermine the American democracy? I mean, I don't know why these cases were thrown out. I think they
Because
should
there's
have
no
been
standing
brought,
and there's
like,
no
all the way to
evidence.
the Supreme Court.
They
you know what I mean?
explained.
There's no evidence for the
Yeah, I mean,
charge?
they explained that there's like, yeah, sure, okay.
That's why they're thrown out. Do you reject the civil court ruling insofar as Trump being a rapist?
Yes, I do. What was
Why?
the evidence there?
Well, I mean, do you know like one piece of evidence that was put forward by Eugene Carroll and her lawyers?
Like in the case.
Yeah, the dress. You know
my
that
gosh.
Trump
Oh, perfect.
offered his
They
DNA.
all
but
say that,
The judge
but,
didn't
like,
allow it.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
2
which means that they
years.
didn't allow it. So they
Oh
literally
no!
didn't have it in
Oh
the
no!
case.
The judge
Yeah,
would make
I
an
just thought
exception for
I'd,
Trump's
I just thought
DNA.
I'd go ahead and.
I wonder why that
Will.
would be.
So I
I
just
wish
thought
you
I'd go ahead and
would've.
expand upon this. Like me too, but ultimately
It's almost like he was
speaking-
biased towards Trump then.
But like ultimately speaking,
He
here,
wouldn't
I-
make an exception for Trump's DNA.
Hey,
That-
ultimate-
Yeah,
shows
because
bias
the-
towards Trump.
Yeah, it actually does because that literally makes it so that they can't test the fact that he literally that tests his DNA there to show him that he's even more guilty.
Yeah, and I would like to explain this real quick.
What?
You know, I think complaining.
Wouldn't that like
Yeah.
vindicate him or like?
It would
You know,
vindicate
just
him
like-
if he was not guilty. If he
Yeah.
had time to submit
So
it,
why would he
didn't
offer
submit it
his
in the
DNA
time.
if he knew he was
Can I
guilty?
can I explain?
No,
upon this?
because he didn't do it within the time slot. He knew that he
no.
knew it wouldn't be accepted
Hey.
because of how the court
Well, the
works.
judge can make an exception. The judge is in charge of that.
How could they have done that?
if you go to Chick-fil-A on a
Like
Sunday,
I just said, the judge is in charge of the evidence being allowed in, right? So you could say, okay, this is fine. We'll make an exception for this. This is DNA evidence.
hey, Will.
So we'll allow it in.
No, I don't know any legal proceeding that would allow them to do that. But go for
Okay.
it, Dean.
If you go to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, what do you expect to be served?
No. Yeah,
No,
well,
because
everybody knows
there was-
Chick-fil-A isn't open
because-
on Sundays.
Exactly, because there's very clearly stated rules of the business, and they have a boundary set that on Sunday there will not be employees to serve you food. Okay,
Are
and
you
courts
leaving
also.
your house on Sunday, you heathen? That's the Sabbath.
Okay, buddy, but what I'm
Isn't it
particularly
Saturday, bro?
what I'm particularly referencing what I'm particularly
Go ahead.
referencing here is courts kind of work the same way. So there was a 2-year window when Trump, as well as his legal team, could have provided his DNA for that to be tested against the DNA on the dress. But when the court ruling started, to finalize, once they stopped presenting their arguments and the judge had set a cutoff date for the submission of evidence, well, after that point, the judge is no longer going to accept new evidence in the same way Chick-fil-A will not serve you on Sunday. It's very clearly posted on Chick-fil-A signs that they're not open on Sunday, just like the judge made it very clearly known that he was not going to accept evidence after this particular cutoff date. So making the argument that the judge did something wrong by rejecting the DNA that Trump and his lawyers attempted to provide is like saying that Chick-fil-A would be doing something wrong if they didn't serve you on Sunday. They have rules and you knew them. And you were in the wrong for trying to go on Sunday, just like the judge and the court had rules, and Trump and his lawyers knew them. And they would be doing something wrong by trying to submit that DNA, which they could have submitted for the 2 years prior, after the cutoff date.
Okay, sure. So judge wouldn't make an exception. The judge is biased against Trump.
Oh my
Meaning
gosh,
this.
bro. Bro didn't listen to me.
Is
at all.
Chick-fil-A biased against you if they don't serve you on Sunday? No, they have rules.
Well, the judge. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I'll let you have that.
Now I kind of want some Chick-fil-A.
Judge. I mean, Trump offers his DNA. It would change the outcome of the case. So and the judge just didn't want that to happen. So, judge said Trump was a rapist. I'm sure the judge isn't biased at all, even though
Okay.
the jury didn't even indicate that. By the way.
Grape is legally, like prior to
He
2023,
doesn't know it's legally
Grape was
defined.
Grape was legally defined as a male member entering into the female member. And like
And did that
Eugene
happen?
Carroll-
Did the jury indicate that happened?
No, they
Just
indicate
curious.
that they didn't have sufficient reason to believe that occurred because E. Jean Carroll said herself that she didn't know if it was the male member or the fingers. However, they did indicate that they had sufficient evidence to rule that it was sexual abuse, which is what we would colloquially define as grape, and is what New York state law now defines as grape since 2023, which is any part of a man entering into any part of a woman without consent.
Darn those pesky laws. We should have changed them before charging him, I guess. Or, my bad, bringing the civil suit against him.
I think that we should have changed them. Like what? Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it.
What happened
Do you
to your
not
main
think we
account?
should change it? I turned off my phone because it wasn't working.
Ah.
Like I said, those pesky laws weren't changed until after. So, what do you want me to say? By today's definition,
So do
if
you accept that
if the
it's
jury
grape?
indicated that,
Do
sure.
you accept that it's great?
By the new definition, yeah, but by the definition the jury was
And no,
going
by your own
no.
definition of the term.
Yeah, we use it
By my
colloquially.
own definition or by the legal definition?
I don't
Yeah,
think
we're
that-
talking about
definition.
A legal case here.
Your own definition.
My own definition? I don't even think this happened.
No, how do you define grape? Holy shit, bro. This guy's so dense, bro. It's like impossible to answer question.
There's no proof any of this happened.
Can you answer the question? What is grape, dude? Holy fuck, dude! Answer the
Will.
damn question. Or I'm kicking you off my stream, bro.
He asked you how you define
Yeah,
All right,
one more
grape.
you have one more shot.
Okay, grape is a forceful. I'll give you the most lenient definition. The forceful. I don't even want to say it. The forceful entry of anything by an individual into somebody that does not want it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay,
according
so
to your
then you
definition,
agree that
Trump
it's
is substantively
grape.
liable for grape.
Forceful penetration. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. But that's not the legal definition. We have to be very specific with this stuff.
Okay, cool, man. Good job. So it wasn't the legal definition for it to be grape, marital grape, in fucking the 80s. So like, what's your point?
Well, this case didn't occur in the 80s. The,
Oh my
the
gosh.
alleged events didn't even
Wait,
occur until
so
the 90s.
You would agree that marital grape is grape, correct?
Yeah.
But marital grape wasn't always legally constituted as grape.
Yeah, like if a husband like chained down his wife and forcefully penetrated her without consent in 1980, according to the law, that wasn't grape at the time, right? This is why we don't reference the law to define these terms. Same thing could be said for like a slave owner during the times of antebellum era slavery, like forcefully penetrating one of the African American slaves that wasn't legally defined as grape. We don't reference the law for these things.
Yeah. Well, do you reference the law, the laws that, the Emancipation Declaration or anything like that? Do you reference that? Does that have any standing?
Wait, my argument is that when we define grape, we don't define it based upon what the law
Do
says.
you mean the Emancipation Proclamation?
Yeah, what does the Emancipation
my bad.
Proclamation have to do with this?
Well, you're saying that laws don't have anything to do, like what? Okay, let's just get away from this because this is terrible. Like this
Yeah,
is
you
like
sounded terrible in all of this. Emancipation Declaration.
no, I'm sure I did
Wait,
because
what?
E. Jean Carroll lied and
No,
That's
no,
fine.
you're literally like lying. You couldn't even name a single piece of evidence submitted in the court earlier until we described it to you. Okay, you don't even know what you're referencing.
The dress was like,
not
declined.
submitted. It was not submitted because he didn't bring up his
Why
DNA
is
in
that?
time.
Because he did bring up his DNA.
No, not
It
in
was just
time.
too late. Oh well, the judge.
Yeah,
didn't allow
yeah,
it in.
yeah,
That's-
Trump went to
I know.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
on
they
Sunday,
couldn't
Will.
even legally do that. Fucking don't listen.
Trump went to Chick-fil-A on Sunday, Will. And you're mad that he didn't get served.
How do you know she lied?
How do you know she truthed?
Because
Is
of the
it, is it
preponderance
more
of
likely that
evidence.
a accusal of grape is true or false?
What do you mean? Is it more likely? Are you going by like hearsay or what?
An overwhelming majority of individuals, right, express the truth when they describe these stories. They don't lie.
Right, so you'd have
Even
to
on
have...
that
I mean, it
basis.
could.
Right, so like most people who make SA accusations are not lying, and then you typically accept convictions upheld or like liability claims upheld by civil
Convictions?
courts. So
There you
it is the case that
Appreciate
you'd
the
have to
elephant, thank you.
provide.
You probably
like,
don't even
special
accept
reason or
his felonies.
justification.
What do you mean? I probably don't even accept his felonies. He's
Do you
a
accept
felon.
his felonies?
Let's see. Why do I accept his felonies? What was the means? What were the means?
So you don't accept
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't accept them. You already know that.
Well, yeah, no, I accept that a jury convicted him of 34 counts.
Yeah,
I
but
accept
you
that.
accept that to be true.
Do I accept it to be true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the jury's determination
I
accurate?
accept what I just said. The jury convicted him of 34 counts.
Yeah, but
It's
was their
true. He's a felon.
determination accurate?
Well, that he's not sentenced.
I didn't
He's
ask
not-
you if he
there's
was
no sentencing
sentenced.
yet.
I asked you if the jury's determination was accurate.
The jury's determination was not unanimous. So
Yes, it was
and
unanimous.
that's what that
It was
was in
unanimous. All of these were unanimous, by the way.
Like just to fill you in, the Constitution requires a unanimous jury. I'm just filling you
Correct.
in. The jury's decision was unanimous. Mm-hmm. All right, but do you
Well,
do you
no,
think
no.
that
The
the
jury's
determination?
decision.
Do you think that the
convict,
determination
but
of
not
jury?
on-
Do you think
not
that the
underlying crime.
Do you
was
think that
unanimous.
do you think that the determination of the jury was accurate?
Do I think the well, he could.
How is this a hard question, bro?
The determination of the jury.
We're asking you
Was
if you
what?
agree
What
or
did
if
they
you don't-
determine?
We're asking you. We're asking
What was
you.
the underlying offense that occurred? Because
Oh,
you would be able to tell me
For,
that.
for the felony, it was the election interference.
The election interference.
Yes.
So is that what they they determined in the jury?
Yes,
It was
yes, that's the
election
predicate crime.
interference? Election interference by
And it was
unlawful
a
means.
falsifying
What were the
business
unlawful
records,
means there?
classy felony.
Can you
Okay,
answer
what
my
were the
question? I
unlawful
asked you if
means
you.
there?
I told you the predicate crime.
I asked you if you
Falsifying
agree or
business
you
records
disagree with the jury's
with the
conviction.
predicate crime of election interference.
Will, do you agree or do you disagree with the jury's conviction?
I disagree with the conduct of the case. It'll get thrown out for a mistrial, and it's already going to.
Okay,
the
so you
Give us
disagree
on
with the
what
jury's
on appeal
conviction.
on what grounds? Appeal on what grounds?
I have the case that's the petition that the appeal is going for, but I
is?
have to pull that up right now.
No, he doesn't know. Okay,
He doesn't
we'll give him
know.
a
I
minute.
do know it was
So just keep
it's
in mind how
non-unanimous
this.
jury decision. That's what it's
It was a
going- I think
unanimous
that's what
jury
it's going
decision.
for.
That's hilarious. Thank you. Good job.
So I mean, just to like re-reference here, the only reason we brought up the felonies is because Parker was like, "You probably don't accept them,"
And he didn't.
Parker was right. yeah. And Parker was right.
Sure.
Well, dude, you're contorting reality, right? So hard, brother. You're
So,
contorting
wait,
it so hard, brother. Stop contorting
So the
reality.
Fifth Circuit
brother.
Court is hearing the appeal, and they're ordering Mershon and Bragg to respond by a certain date, and I think that's before the sentencing date. And you can look this up. You can look up case 24-50465, and that's going to be the appeal.
Okay, yeah, they're appealing it. Sweet. This doesn't mean that you could just disagree with the conviction of the jury without good reason.
Yeah, and you're not telling me what appealing on what legitimate grounds.
Yeah, like we're asking you to name the grounds and you can't. You're saying it's because the jury's decision was not unanimous, and that's just a lie. But just to
Mention
reference
the fact
back
that
here,
Trump appeals everything.
yeah, just to reference back here.
How does appeal of the election go?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. The reference back here, how does it appeal of the election go? You want 0 for 60 in 60 courts alone, including 17 courts with the judges he appointed. How does that make you feel? Well, how does it know that you're voting for an extreme
don't really
narcissist? How does it make you feel that you're voting for a man that threw a temper tantrum? And
How do you feel that you're voting for a man that thinks he defeated Medicare?
How do I feel like
How
I'm
does that
voting
feel?
for a man that thinks he defeated Medicare? I mean, I don't know what you're referencing.
finally
but
beat
it's probably not as
Medicare,
bad as grape.
quote,
I
Joe
don't know.
Biden.
I don't know what you're referencing, but it's probably not as bad as grape, election denial, or being a fraudster. Or just
You don't-
saying-
did you
I think
watch
it's
the
funny.
debate? He
I think it's
literally
funny
said
that he
that.
mistakes something, and you think it's such a bad thing. Trump legitimately believes
What
a
about him
delusion.
saying that he doesn't think that any
Trump legitimately believes a delusion that he won the election, and you're like, oh, I still want to vote for this raging lunatic.
Yeah, like, okay, Biden lied. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, Trump is
Yeah,
still
and he
one of
believes the
biggest lies in
delusion that
modern
no
US history.
soldiers died on his watch. Quote Biden.
Oh, another lie by Biden
Wait, no
from
wars
the debate.
from Trump. That's
From
what he
the
said.
debate.
He said that the border is the most dangerous it's ever been in any place around the world. No, that's a complete lie. Places around the world that are significantly more dangerous.
Yeah,
he said
I
that it was
agree
the
with that. I mean,
safest
there are
under his
definitely places
administration.
more
Complete
dangerous
lie.
than our border, but how many people are coming over?
Okay, the same as Trump's administration at the end.
Same as Trump said. Well, maybe now today, but
Here,
earlier.
Parker, I'm gonna use the restroom
Yeah,
real quick.
of
I'll be
course.
right back.
The low point for all migration is during summer because it's 150 degrees in Arizona in summer and 150 degrees all across the border in summer. Not literally.
It's not 150,
I know it's not 150. It's like over. It's in triple digits. That's
No,
what
it
I
was
mean.
40%, and that's right after the executive order. So
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like a correlation but not causation fallacy.
yeah, so we can actually attribute this to the attribute it to it because of the effect of the policy. It's how you attribute effective policy, is that you see a difference in trend, right? Given the implementation of a particular policy.
Again, it's summer. The migration decreases every summer.
Does it?
So the
drop
migration
40%?
decrease
Can you show
during
me
this
other
summer particularly means that it was
Can
Biden.
you
it
show
was
me
because of Biden? Oh, that's very
Can you
funny.
show me what the typical decrease in migration is during the summer?
the typical decrease in migration during summer?
Yeah, do you think it's
Let me
40%?
pull up the numbers.
Well, do you think it's
CBP.
40%?
Is it 40%?
Do you think it's 40%?
I think that's likely. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's 40% decrease in migration.
Okay. Well, then I'll pull it up for you.
All right, go for it, man. Interesting. If you want to support me, everyone, Venmo, Cash App in the bio is the best place to do so. Let's get up another person to help him out. If you're MAGA, type it in the comment section right now if you want to be brought up. MAGA, type it in the comment section right now. Will, in the meantime, while I ask you this, would you vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, what policies has she passed?
Well, she's vice president, so she'd be under
Exactly.
the same.
She's not incumbent.
She's in support of the same
That's
policy.
one reason she's not an incumbent president.
Wait,
Trump's not an incumbent
just
either,
because
but
they were
Trump has
incumbent
been
doesn't mean you
president.
would vote against them.
Okay, well, I don't know what Kamala Harris would do in office. I do know what Trump
Same
would do
thing as
in
Trump.
office.
Same thing as Biden. I mean, Woodrow, how old are you?
34.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Okay, I ain't voting for Trump.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, type MAGA in the
check
comment
it out,
section
then.
right now if you want to debate.
So in March and April, you have 200, and this is 2022. You have about 222 in March and 235,000 encounters. And then in June and July, you have 200,000.
That's not a 40%
207,000.
decrease. Brian, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. It's definitely not a 40% decrease. And you'd have
Right,
to look
but
at
that is a
every year to see that same
decrease. Now,
trend.
is that a decrease? Yes or no?
So there are decreases, it seems, but it doesn't seem like it would explain all of it. Most of it, even. Same, Dean. Austin, how old are you?
23.
Are you voting Trump? Are you driving actually?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh shit, yo, there's
So,
someone in
boy,
the
how old are
chat.
you? Cecia, thank you for the
18.
$6. Thank you so much. You're 18? How
Yeah,
old?
bring up Peggy Peterson. She's my friend.
Who?
You have Dean
Who,
up here.
Dean?
Let me bring up Peggy
Their name
Peterson.
is Mike's Talk Show. They said in the chat, Dean and Parker won't debate me, a Democratic voter for Trump. I'd talk to them.
There we
That'd
go.
be fun.
So, boy, you're voting Trump? Hello?
Yeah.
Why
Back
so?
in the panel.
Yeah. I just think, well, I don't like Trump or Biden, but I'm just thinking that that Trump is more like cognitively there than Biden. I feel like he's
Would you vote Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
yeah. I would.
So you're totally based on cognition. Okay, so would you rather someone who sometimes misremembers things or someone that's like actively like delusional?
Right.
Wait, sorry. Someone, can you repeat that?
Who's actively delusional, believes the election was stolen with no sufficient evidence, or someone who like misremembers some things?
Also,
Okay, well, yeah,
after
go.
you answer that question, something could be said about Trump's level of cognition, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I know. I've heard you say stuff like that, but I feel like Parker, you throw around delusional like way too loosely.
No, he is
Like-
actually delusional.
Yeah, a delusion is
okay.
defined as a belief that is not like a false belief about reality, right? That's like the textbook definition of it. And Trump has plenty of those, like the whole like 2020 election being stolen, the whole Biden using the DOJ to persecute him unfairly, and you know, like we could ramble on about these things all day long. But do you think that Trump is a coherent man?
Honestly, no, but I think he's more coherent than Biden.
So why wouldn't we say that we take the guy that may show his age a little bit more with a good policy over the guy that shows his age a little bit less that serves as a threat to to our democracy? He's a literal rapist, a felon, a fraudster,
Delusional.
delusional. He's shifted the American interest from intellect, reason, innovation, and you know well-founded beliefs to just pure like conspiracy theory and etc. Christian nationalism. Like, there's so many good like from my
Yeah, so can you come
perspective, we
back
should.
to that? Like, let me just respond to what Parker said, like about the election being Trump believing that the election was stolen. I have no proof of this, but I don't think Trump even believes that the election was stolen. I think like what he's trying to
So
do
he's
is
lying
just
about
build
it. So he's a pathological liar undermining our democracy.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah, I just think he. Well, no, I don't think it undermines the democracy. I think he's just
Yes,
lying.
it does, bro.
If you want-
Literally denying the
Oh, it
election when
does?
you know it's false. That's literally undermining our democracy.
Yeah, he's just saying I don't like these democratic systems that are put
Parker
in
and
place
Dean,
for checks
I
and
got my
balances.
question for you. Hasn't
just
the
said-
Democrats done this before too?
Yes, but not to the
Not
same
someone who's
extent.
running right now.
But it doesn't matter. They've done it, right?
Would I condemn it? Yeah.
Wait, there's two things here, Mike. So first of all, there has been Democratic like candidates who have done this before, but conceded within months. But like the biggest point of contention here
The
is
point
that
is
Biden
both
isn't-
sides are complaining. So
No,
what-
the point. The point here
what's-
is both sides are not
complaining about.
The point here is that both sides are not complaining, as Biden has not,
Hillary didn't
demonstrated-
complain.
But who's running, Hillary or Biden?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter because
It's
who are we
Biden.
casting our vote
It's
for?
about chicks
Then
for tat.
additionally here, Hillary complained and then conceded when it was proven to be incorrect. Trump complained, caused an insurrection, and is still not conceded to this day.
It's not an
causing tens of
insurrection
millions of
legally,
American voters,
Parker.
causing tens
Parker's
of millions,
friend, Dean,
causing
Dean,
causing
Dean, you're about
tens of
facts.
millions
You're
of
about
American
facts.
voters to have
It's
virtue
not an
distrust in our
insurrection. It's
civil
not
and
legally that way.
electoral processes.
Do
And then
I have to
also
fact
here,
check you, sir?
if you could point out other Democratic
do I
nominees
gotta
in the
fact check you on your
past
statement
who
that
have
you just said?
denied the results
really
of
gotta
a
do that to you
presidential
on
election.
this live?
Well, it is the
Over
case that
4,000
is
people.
irrelevant, as we are
Look
not
at that.
comparing
You're-
Trump
you're
to the
raising your
Democratic
voice
Party,
because you're
but
trying to
rather
be
comparing
truthful
Trump to
about it,
Biden.
Dean, you were incorrect about the insurrection part.
I was incorrect about insurrection. How so?
Yes, where was the legal terminology that came with it?
When
Where
I'm
did you tell me the
referencing
legal
an
part?
when I'm referencing an insurrection, I'm particularly referencing the rioters on January on
Hannah,
January.
thank you for the
wasn't
$4. Thank you so
insurrection.
much. And Harrison, thank you for the
It's not
sunglasses.
an insurrection, sir.
It's
Okay.
defined by him as an insurrection.
It's
Yes.
defined by him, but if you guys are about facts, and that's what you guys bitch about on your sides, then factually add it's not insurrection.
Okay, why did you pivot away from the election issues
That's
to the
only due to
insurrection?
immunity cases, by the way.
It doesn't matter.
And how
You
come
guys are
He
about
literally
facts.
he tried to get
You know what's so
Mike
funny
Pence.
about you guys? You're
He tried
paid
to get-
actors, and I
listen,
already know what you guys
listen,
are about.
Wait,
Listen
we're paid
to what,
actors.
paid actors?
Wait,
Yes.
hold up. I want you to listen
listen
for a second. Right, he got Mike Pence to not he tried to get Mike Pence to not certify the election results. You said that we're paid
What
actors.
do you guys
who pays
allow
us?
paid actors on this thing?
Who pays us?
What do you guys support
Who pays
Evie
us?
and
Who pays
Harry?
us?
Who pays us, Mike?
Think about it. Think about who pays you.
Who?
Who
You're paid
Who pays
actors,
us?
guys. Like you
Who?
guys are
Who
so
pays us?
much
Yo,
actors.
Cheryl, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. Cheryl
who pays
says,
us?
"Here's your
You
pay
know
you
what I
actor."
love about
Thank you
guys
so
like
much
this?
for the love, Cheryl.
I
Cheryl for the
love the
$10 on
scamming
Venmo.
and
Let's
the
get a W,
grifting that you
Cheryl,
guys
in the
do.
chat for the $10 for me being a paid
pays us?
actor
See,
in the chat.
this is a form of grifting and scamming. Just
Ah,
you
shit.
can do this and everything else.
Shit, we're
God
scammers, Parker.
damn.
So are we scamming or are we paid by the DNC? What the fuck are you talking about?
Did I say you're paid for the DNC?
Double your
Did I
salary.
say that?
Did
I say that?
Who do you think
Did
we're paid
I
by?
say that?
It sounds
Did
like you
I
were
say
saying
that
that.
part?
Yo, John
Sounds
with
like
a
you were saying that.
$5
Oh, assuming.
on Venmo. John here
So,
says,
Yeah,
"I'm your
yeah,
next
if you
scam
say-
victim." Thank you, John, for the
So,
$5.
If
look
you
at
say,
it.
listen,
How's
be
your
quiet
boy
for a second.
Harry? How's your
Be
boy
qui-
Harry?
If you say that we're paid for, like we're paid actors, then obviously I'm going to assume that you're referencing the conspiracy theory that I'm paid by the
Oh,
DNC.
see, I love doing this to trolls like you.
You think I'm a troll?
You guys are a bunch
What
of
am I?
lying sack of
Am I a
shits that
paid
come on
actor?
here.
Am I a troll? What am I?
I
Yes.
don't even think Parker's paid like by the DNC, honestly.
Who said about the DNC?
You don't think I am? Or
This
you
whole
do?
thing that you
No,
do
I don't.
is an
There's
act.
only evidence for Harry.
Yeah.
I don't think Harry's
is.
paid, but like
Yeah.
You,
Can I
you guys
also-
are scammers.
Could I-
just
could
like
I point
Harry's a
something out real
scammer.
quick?
I just love how you guys are so
Hey,
false.
hey, Mike, do you mind if I
claim
talk
to
real
be
quick, man?
Anthony,
Democrats.
thank you for the $3. Thank you.
You guys
Anthony.
claim to be Democrats.
Hey, Mike, do you mind if I talk real quick, man? Is that all right?
No.
Okay, so do you just want to
You
continue
need to
this
have your
steamroll?
hand
I'll
up
wait.
like we're in class.
I'm just trying to be respectful, man.
You respectful?
Yeah, I
That's
wanna be
going to be a
respectful.
first.
I want to.
That's going to be a first, Dean.
Yeah, we could say it's a first.
That's going to be a
Mickey,
first.
thank
Dean.
you for the $25
Go ahead,
for paid by
be
the DNC.
respectful.
Thank you
Let's
so
see how
much, Mickey.
respectful you
I
are.
really appreciate the $25. David, thank you for the $20 on Cash App from the DNC. Thank you so much. The payment from the DNC. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, then, hey, man, I just wanted to touch on this real quick, Mike. So, I mean, it is the case that you came up here to talk about, like, the election denial, and I feel like we're having a good conversation about that. But as soon as you started to recognize that I was right and you were wrong, you just pivoted away to calling me and Parker scammers. I think this is
I
quite
didn't
immature.
say you
of
were
you.
right or wrong. See,
I
look
think
at
that this
this,
is
Dean.
quite immature.
Hey,
Can
Dean.
we talk about
if
what's
I were
relevant here?
you, I'd watch what your mouth is.
You'd watch where my
If I
mouth
were
is?
you,
Are
I'd
like,
watch what your
threatening me,
mouth
sir?
says. Watch what your mouth is.
Okay,
Shannon,
yeah.
thank you for the $20
If you
from the
think I
DNC.
wouldn't
Thank you
have
so much,
fun
Shannon. Can we get some W's
flagging
for
the
Shannon in
hell out
the
of
comment
you?
section
I
right
would.
now? Thank you so
I
much,
really
Shannon, for
would.
that DNC payment.
And if you want to go a little bit further than that, I don't mind you doing your illegal shit. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so are
Do
you
my
just
damn-
Wait,
threatening
how are
me?
we doing illegal shit?
You'll find out. I dare you. I dare you.
Also,
tell me,
Venmo
tell
and
me.
PayPal in the bio, guys.
No, no, no.
Venmo, PayPal in the
Wait,
bio.
wait, wait.
I'm going to see how stupid these
Tell me,
guys are.
how are we? How are we?
We're going to see how stupid these guys are.
How are we paid? You think we're paid by the DNC?
I was trying to make a good point there, but
He left. What a joke, bro.
he was really emotional.
Great point.
That guy's so delusional. All right, well, Will or Storyboy, you got any other points you want to make?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of points I can make. Like I said, I think we were on Biden talking about, saying no soldiers died on his watch at the debate.
Yeah, I could think of the dollar. Yeah, I agree that was wrong. But I think he was trying to say not as many people died like Trump, because he said like Trump at the end. David, I appreciate the $5 for defending democracy. Thank you so much. I think that's the way I would sum it up, because there were less people that died in conflict under his administration comparative to Trump.
And by the
Also
way,
counted
there's
as a lie,
no
though.
mention of lunch in the whole document of Project 2025. So I don't know where you get this like school lunches idea from probably the People's Guide to Project 2025, I would guess, but.
That would be up to Dean. That I didn't make.
Oh,
Up
yeah,
Paul,
what
thank
did
you
you
so
say?
much for the $10 from the DNC. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, Paul.
There's no lunch. Like you can't. There's no. The word lunch doesn't appear in Project 2025.
Yeah, we'll get a particular reference for you on that. And then also, Shannon, I really appreciate you for the $10 on Vimeo. Thank you so much, Shannon. Let's get some W Shannons in that chat. Yeah, 1 second. Let me find where that is on my paper here. So that's going to be on page 303.
Okay, let me go there, I guess.
Yeah, but Shannon, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. Venmo. Thank you so much. Also, what's up with all the Dean hate? What's up with all the Dean hate in the chat?
W Dean hate. W Dean hate. Everyone.
Yo, L Dean hate. L Dean hate.
W Dean hate. I love
Also,
it.
Parker, I think I need to get a new mic stand. I think it's finally getting to that point.
Yeah, you probably should. Also, you should get 2K24 so we can play together.
Dude,
Trisha, appreciate the $3. Thank you so much. I've been grinding it. It's kind of fun.
I'm on this shit right now.
I'm gonna be back in.
I'm on it right now.
I'm about to be
You're
back
playing
in.
2K24. I'm on PC though.
Yeah.
So.
I'm about to be back in Boulder. So I'll be at my computer. while I'm
It's like
streaming something.
$9 on Steam right now.
Dude, bet $9 easy.
I would get it right now because it's like only that much for like the next few days, and then it goes back up to 60.
Yeah, bro. We'll have to grind when I'm back in Boulder. Heading back.
Yeah,
there
I saw
tomorrow
that and I
or
was
the
like,
day after.
I have to do it. Paul, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much because I was playing the free 2K21 version.
Well, okay, so I'm reading Project 2025. Now on 303, I'm on page 303. It says restore programs to their original intent and reject efforts to create universal free school meals. Hold on. The USDA should work with hold on. Let me. The USDA should work with lawmakers to restore the NSLP and SPP to their original goal of providing food to K-12 students who otherwise would not have food to eat while at school. So, yeah, I think federal.
But it's not
and it
universal
says-
coverage, it seems.
well, it says under there, federal school meals should be focused on children in need, and any efforts to expand student eligibility for federal school meals to include all K-12 students should be soundly rejected. So, it's just affirming that we should offer meals to impoverished students.
So what it also touches on the idea that they don't want to allow or provide students to receive free lunches or meals during the summer if they're not in school. And then, yeah, it just rejects new efforts to create universal free school meals in lower income districts or schools. It's essentially just like making it harder for like these particular programs to be accessed and or created. But if you want to take a little bit more of a deep dive into that, I sure can if you want to. I just think it's insane of you to defend Project 2025. I mean, that's something that Trump isn't even doing. He's denying.
No, I just think it's
He's
just
really
a buzzword.
lying
I
about
don't think
knowing
it's what
about it,
really,
yeah.
in and of itself, is something. No, I'm not lying. I'm reading from
And
the
that's
document.
just to say
Trump
that's
is.
exactly what I said. I just thought it was funny how you actually read it off exactly what I said. Yo, and Candy with a $50 on PayPal, paying $1 for each hate comment. Yo, let's go, Candy.
For real.
Thank you so much for the $50 on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love. Let's get 50 W Candies in that chat. Thank you. And Michaela with a $25 on Venmo, $25 towards the new mic stand. That's very kind of you, Michaela. I really appreciate you for that love. W Michaela and W $25 towards the new mic stand fund. All right, yeah, I'll
W?
be sounding a lot more clear here soon because of you, Michaela. Thank you for the love. Candy Michaela. Let's get some W candies and some W Michaelas, and just to put it out there, it's Candy with a K. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Parker,
Jacob.
what did you say about Trump lying about Project 2025? Why do you think that?
In his truth, he did. Steven, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Steven in the comment section? Thank you so much, Steven. I really appreciate that. He said that he knows nothing about Project 2025 and then he disagrees with it vehemently in some scenarios. How would he know what he's disagreeing with if he doesn't know anything about it?
Like, where'd you get that from?
He posted it on
Truth
Truth
Social.
Social.
You could go to
I have a video posted on. You click on my account right here. I've made a video on it.
Click on Parker's main account. It's his most recent video, or just go to Truth Social and look at Trump's feed.
All right.
Yeah, Trump did post about it. I mean,
Yeah, he knows nothing about it. but he
but
knows
the
he
reasoning, like, as to why is probably because it's been so sensationalized, and I don't think there's like justification for it to be so sensationalized.
Well, he's making it worse by lying. Like it was a clear lie.
Yeah, and
Like he could have like read over it.
Well, what's
if
he
wasn't
lying about, though?
egotistical. He said that he knew nothing about it, and then he also disagreed with parts of it vehemently. How would he know what parts he's disagreeing with if he doesn't know anything about it? Incoherent.
He disagrees with the parts that are being talked about on social media. Probably. This is my guess. Right. This is just conjecture. Right. But I'm guessing that he's disagreeing with the parts
So
that
then he
people are
knows
talking
some
about on
about it?
social media.
Wait, what do you say in-
He knows
sensationalizing.
about it.
Yeah, what do you say? In order for Trump to disagree with parts of Project 2025, it's necessary he knows something about Project 2025.
Well, I mean, in order to make a post about it, yeah.
Okay, so he
He
lied.
contradicted himself.
Yeah,
Think of the hint
contradiction.
art.
He knows nothing, but he knows something.
That's literally.
Yeah. Then also Austin, thank you so much for the 15.
Michael, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Michael, thank you for the $15 on Cash App. Can we get some W Michaels in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate that. At least 50 plus W Michaels in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. W Michael.
And Austin with a $15 on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Austin. Austin says another $15 for the mic fund, for the mic stand fund. Sorry. Thank you so much for the love, Austin. Y'all are fucking really helping me out here. I appreciate you. Let's get some W Austins for the $15 on PayPal towards the new mic stand. Hey, thanks, man. W Austin.
All right. Well, you got
Right. And
anything
like,
else?
who doesn't know about Project 2025 at this point? It's like all over social media.
Oh, so then he's lying.
But again, it's being sensationalized in a way that's
Appreciate
like,
the hide mustache. Thank you. So he's lying.
that it's
So
just
he
not
does
true.
know about it. He's lying.
No, I think what he's talking about, like, is that he doesn't know, like, what this is all about, but he agrees with what's being said about it, or sorry, disagrees with what's being said about it.
Oh, so you have
As
to
do
He
I.
said
I
he
think
doesn't
there's-
know
there's some
anything
crazy things
about
being
it.
said about it.
So
He
you have
said
to
he doesn't
There's
know anything
definitely
about
some
it.
crazy things out there, like being said about Project 2025.
Yeah, in
which is
order for you
untrue.
to like
saying
you
that
to
we should
not
take
have
away funding from like school lunches or something. You want all schools
Bro.
to pay for rich kids' lunches?
Will,
Is
in
that-
order for you to not yield a contradiction from Trump's truth on Truth Social, you literally have to interpret the comment "I know nothing about Project 2025" as not meaning "I know nothing about Project 2025."
Sure, I'll take the L on that. Sure, Trump must have known. He must have known like everything about it. Like he must know enough to
No,
know
he
that
must
he
know
disagrees
some
with
about
parts
it.
of it. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. Well. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, there's plenty of Project 2025 that's being lied about. We can talk about.
Cool. I bring up whatever you want. Who's this Peggy person that people are asking me to bring up?
Peggy Peterson. Well, she is SK Double Dub, and she's my friend. And
I
a lot of
don't
people
know
want
who
her to
this
come up here and talk to you.
There's no person in the guest box by that name.
Well, yeah, that's because she doesn't have Wi-Fi right now, I guess.
Okay, Kendra, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. Yes, I do.
Yeah, sure. Her Wi-Fi is broken.
So what particularly did you want to reference from Project 2025? I thought I should also make clear, I haven't researched it extensively, as I think regardless of Project 2025, there's so much good reason to not vote for Trump, and it is only the cherry on top. But I mean, what particularly did you want to reference here, Will?
Well, I've heard. I mean, what have you heard on social media about it? Like, what have you heard? Like, people say,
Okay. I don't want to even have this conversation. I want to talk about Trump. Is there anything you want to talk about related to Trump?
sure, there's plenty I could talk about related to Trump. You, what do you want to talk about Trump about? You can talk about anything.
I was gonna
I'm
ask
chilling.
about. You said so. One of you guys said that Trump was lying about how the border was the most dangerous place. I feel like that's reaching so hard. Like I feel like that. Like obviously it's not the most dangerous place in
So
the
he was
world. I
lying.
think it's just no. Listen, I'm saying I just think it was a like a on
Exaggeration of the
purpose-
truth or a
Yeah,
lie?
yeah, just an on purpose exaggeration. Like I feel like it's not as deep as you guys are like making it sound out to be.
Chat, we ran out of things to talk about with him.
We're also
I
like when you
felt
said
like I wanted
something
to.
about the Palestinian.
Yay, thank you. I appreciate the dollar on Venmo. Thank you. Go ahead.
You guys were saying how Trump said Biden is a bad Palestinian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just think I think you guys just don't understand
Melissa,
like,
thank you for the
what
dollar.
he meant by that.
You're
yeah,
right. I
he's
don't.
using it in the context of a slur, and also that's the only thing I
Wait,
can
can you
make out from
explain
it.
that? Because I didn't
Yeah,
get
he's
that.
using it to say that like being Palestinian is bad.
Yeah, like he's associating like a negative context with like the phrase Palestinian, which is like fucking insane. We're looking at this group of people that are like just being like unalived, innocent men, women, children, women and children in school, and then we're associating like the phrase Palestinian or the word Palestinian with some negative context that we should use to demean someone's character. No, like being
Yeah,
being
again, I don't
Palestinian
think
is
that's what he
beautiful.
meant.
Being a Palestinian isn't bad.
Yeah, I don't think he meant it like that. I just because
What did he mean?
What I did was I asked. You're gonna laugh, but I asked ChatGPT like a few days ago because I was watching here live. And hold on, let me just pull it up real quick.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cry.
Tell us what
Sorry.
ChatGPT has to say.
SoCal Smitty, thank you for the money gun. I appreciate
oh,
it.
shit.
Thank you.
SoCal Smitty. We know about you.
Yeah, W, you should go up on his stream. I've been planning to, but he goes live so early that like I can't even wake up that early. I've been moving out of my apartment, so I haven't had time.
All right, here we go. Trump's statement during the
Moving to a
2024
different one.
presidential debate, where he referred Biden as a bad Palestinian, was likely a critical, hyperbolic way to question Biden's stance and effectiveness on handling the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Here's a breakdown of the potential meaning behind his words. So pretty much, ChatGPT is just saying like he was just criticizing Biden's policies, like, yeah.
Yeah, by saying he's a bad Palestinian, he's a weak one. That's
Yeah.
assigning a negative connotation to being Palestinian. That's quite literally the point we were making.
But what'd you say about it? You said it was like a slur or something.
Yeah, he was using it in the connotation of a slur.
Because he associated a derogatory, negative
derogatory
context
connotation.
with the way in which he was referencing the use of the word.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you guys were saying like earlier. But
It's
I
fine
just,
as long as you acknowledge it now.
I don't really think that's that bad, to be honest. Like
Okay.
it doesn't really
No,
bother
it
me.
is
Sorry.
So
I mean,
it's
if you
not
think
bad
so.
to use Palestinian in a derogatory connotation when they're already.
I can
dehumanized in
understand
our
why it's bad to
society.
someone else, but like not really to me, to be honest.
What? You don't think it's
Well-
bad to dehumanize people who are already dehumanized consistently?
Yeah,
I don't
like
think
let's
it's like
further
really dehumanizing them that much.
dehumanize. Wait, you don't think
Or
that
at all.
Palestinians are dehumanized?
No, I think they are, but like I mean, not in the context of what Trump said.
I'm having a hard time interpreting
Yeah, I don't know
what
what
you're
this guy's
saying
saying either.
So, like, okay, so you're saying that what Trump said wasn't dehumanized. So he's using the word like Palestine. Okay, what if we give you like an analogy here? So, like,
Yeah,
a good
go ahead.
analogy here would be like we see systemic oppression of the Palestinians right now. We've also seen like systemic oppressions of like let's like reference like particularly like black people in America, right? So what if they're having a conversation about like forms of oppression on black people, and then Trump is like, "Oh, you're a really bad black person," referencing Biden. Like that's like obviously intuitively like, "Whoa, what the fuck is he saying?" Right? But what I'm saying here is we should have the same knee-jerk
Yeah,
reaction
that's like obviously racism.
to like the use of like phrasing Biden as a quote unquote bad black person to phrasing Biden as a quote unquote bad Palestinian. Like, I mean, like those are both terms that we use in reference to groups of individuals inside of humanity that have been or are currently systemically oppressed. I don't see any distinction there. So Cosmony, I appreciate you for the money gun. And that gives a really good example of why it was bad for Trump to say that, I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a good reference we could use.
Yeah, I have to agree. To be honest, like, I mean, I'm not really. When I remember when you asked, like, are you voting for Trump? I mean, I am, but like, I could be like swayed. Like, I want to be swayed. Like, it's pretty embarrassing, like having him as one of our only options, Trump and Biden. What do you guys think of RFK?
Yeah, he's pretty insane. He has insane conspiratorial beliefs, and then also
Really?
recently was just someone brought up essay allegations against him, and he specifically said, "Oh, I'm not a church boy," in response to it.
What were the
And he
essay
didn't even,
allegations?
like, deny it.
What's the context? Oh, he didn't deny it.
Yeah, and he literally said, "I'm not a church boy." I can find the clip if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I have to leave the live on this account and do it on my phone. Give me a second. You guys want to talk
So
about
what's up,
something in
Dean?
between?
How's your day been?
It's been all right, man. Been long. Anyways, yeah, I mean, while he's particularly looking for that reference, maybe there's a couple other things that we could talk about here. Something that I like mentioning a lot is exactly why you think that Trump would be good for half of our population, that being women and little girls, when he has a track record of not just being disrespectful towards women and girls, but being violent and sexualizing them to an insane degree. Do you think that Trump would be able to effectively legislate for the desires, aptitudes, and wants of women and girls in our country, given his track record of disrespect and violence towards them?
Sorry, can you just dumb that down entirely? Because, like,
Yeah, Trump has been super bad towards women and girls in his lifetime. He has given no heed, no respect, or no inclination towards respecting what women and girls want. So how can we expect him to effectively legislate for them in the Oval Office?
All right, I got
okay.
it. You want to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Sexual assault allegation from one of your former nannies. So I want to give you a chance to respond to that.
I've said this from the beginning. I am not a church boy. I am not running like that. I had a very, very rambunctious youth. I said in my announcement speech that I have so many skeletons in my closet that if they could all vote, I could run for king of the world. Mm-hmm. So, this Vanity Fair is recycling 30-year-old stories, and I'm not, going to comment on the details of any of them, but it's, I am who I am.
You're talking there about the nanny situation. I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
I'm not going to comment on it.
All right.
Wow. So, and that's the only reason why you guys don't like RFK.
Dude, is that not a good enough reason? Holy shit! I mean, he said there was no safe and effective vaccination, but that's a pretty good fucking reason. That is an insane response.
Yeah, no, like,
what was the question asked there?
Yeah.
They said there. Do you want to hear it? There were sexual assault allegations, right, from your nanny. Do you want to address that real quick? And he just said, "I'm not a church boy. I am who I am. I had a rambunctious
crazy.
youth,
Bro.
I have so many skeletons in my closet that I would be able to run for president if they could all vote."
That is a fucking
That's
crazy
insane,
dude.
That's like that's crazy, and the fact that people would still support that man is insane.
Yeah, I actually, can you give me a response to my question though, so boy? Like, we're referencing Trump's past of just showing an utter disrespect and violence, sexualization towards women and girls. how can we expect him to effectively legislate for them in the Oval Office?
What does legislate mean?
Keep the desires, intentions, wants and needs of women in mind when he's sitting in the Oval Office, influencing bills through Congress or signing in executive orders. How can we expect him to effectively cater to the needs, wants, and desires of women in doing so?
Sorry to ask a question, but like, how can you expect Biden?
How can we expect Biden? Because we see him currently doing it. He wants to reinstitute Roe v. Wade. He selected a woman as his VP. I think that Biden has shown, that half of our population that he, at least in some senses, can deliver for their need, wants, and desires. But I would appreciate it if you'd actually answer my question directly instead of deflecting.
I'm not. All right, but.
He said they'll
like,
date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, sexualization of our youth. He's been held civilly liable for rape. There's violence towards women. He's cheated on 3 of his wife. More disrespect towards women, including his wife's. He said that he likes to walk into the changing rooms of teen girls at Miss Teen USA because he quote-unquote owns a place without asking them first. There's, violence and uncomfortability directed towards our youth, etc. There's so many good examples of this. He has an insane fucking track record of this. It's detestable. It's abominable. It's disgusting. So how can we expect him to give any care, want, need, or attention to women's wants, needs, and desires in the Oval Office when he hasn't done so outside of the Oval Office?
You can't.
He can't, right? So good response. That's the truth. So why would you want to vote him into office? At the sake of the wants, needs, and desires of half our population.
You remember what I said when I first joined? Biden, he's like not cognitively there.
Bro. So again, that is the only reason. So you'd rather take someone who's like a little bit less cognitively there over someone who's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier, guy who said he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter, guy who called his daughter voluptuous, said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, said yeah to Howard Stern calling his daughter a piece of ass, said it was okay for him to walk in changing rooms of girls and Miss USA because he quote-unquote owns the place. All of those fucking things, him saying I grab women by the vagina, I don't even have to ask. Right, like
our president
normalizing SA,
our president's cognition should matter, but why it matters is what they do with it and how that impacts us, right? I think that Biden shows his age more, but he has good policy. Trump shows his age less, but he doesn't do a good job with it, right? He has his power, and he only does bad with it, right? Do everything that Parker just mentioned, and even due to the time that he spent in the Oval Office, right? Biden has shown his age more, but he's introduced some of the most effective and monumental legislation in modern U.S. history. Trump shows his age less, and only one big bill that he influenced to get passed served as a detriment to the working class.
So can you, I don't really understand. I've heard you guys say, that bill is, so bad for the middle class or whatever, but, I never really understood why. So can you explain?
Parker could go over the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Why
yeah,
it
so
serves as a detriment.
83% of taxes went to the top 1%. It was multiple trillions of dollars of debt-related spending for a 0.02% increase in the annual GDP. That's terrible policy. You could have better spent that money in significantly better ways, like infrastructure, like expanding healthcare in America, childcare, right? Ending homelessness. All of those things would have had significantly better effects comparative to giving a tax cut to rich people.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Where'd you get the information from?
The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget.
1 second. You guys should really get someone else up here, with me to, help me out, because, to be honest,
Or we could just get the next person. Yo, what's up, everyone? Tap that screen. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. If you are MAGA, type it in the chat right now if you want to be brought up, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 47.
For sure. Are you voting for Trump?
Yeah.
Why so, Jason?
Because he cares more about our borders I mean, either which way, in all reality, we're doomed, regardless.
So then why do you say blame it on me if the border bill fails? So you tried to
I didn't
undermine.
say blame it on you. We're doomed.
No.
Trump said blame it on him.
Blame
He doesn't
what
care
on?
about it. He doesn't care about our borders. He cares about what will give him more political power. He shot down 2 bipartisan border bills influenced by Biden in the Congress and in Congress just because it'd make the Democrats look good if they pass. So he told the Republican lawmakers to vote against them, then told the American people to blame it on him when they inevitably fail, which they did. So you should blame it on him.
Well, in that regards, Biden did the same thing. I mean, when he got in office, he automatically just undid everything Trump had done. Everything. Automatically. Didn't matter what it was, he
He
automatically
didn't
done
undo
it.
everything, but sure, he undid a
Most
lot.
things. He undid the wall, he undid the Keystone Pipeline, he undid several
The
things.
Keystone XL, that was a court order. The wall didn't do shit anyway.
Well, there was
We built less than a fourth of the
there.
wall. Trump built less than a fourth of the wall.
Yeah, the wall is just an unnecessary expense on the American taxpayer. That's what that was. It was just unnecessary government spending.
Well, how do you figure? If it wasn't finished, then you don't know if it worked or not. And there was less people coming in then than now, by far.
Well, we would know that this wouldn't be because of the part of the wall that Trump built, because the wall is still there. Additionally, see that Biden has had similar border policy to Obama, and we saw less encounters or crossings under Obama. So, I mean, I think that we just leave this up to a correlation in comparison to like Biden causing the influx. And if you do think that Biden caused the influx, we just specifically ask you how. And if it has to do with him, like reversing Trump's border policy, well, it's the case that that didn't exist under Obama either, but we saw less crossings.
Less crossings than Obama?
Less crossings under Obama than under Trump without Trump's border policy. So the reversal of such couldn't have caused an influx.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just let everybody know it doesn't really matter who you vote for. I mean, we are now officially spending more on national interest than we are our national defense.
Okay.
Mhm.
What?
So that's typical.
So then, do you support Trump putting expanding the military budget more on military bases around the world?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but that's not spending money here at home. That's not spending money on our national defense.
That's still spending money. Yeah, that is. But that's still spending more money on our soldiers that are overseas that are fighting for our freedoms.
Where do we have boots on the ground?
Do we have boots on the ground? Where?
That's a question I asked you. You said we have people overseas fighting for our freedom. Where are they fighting?
Yeah, bases, then we would have troops. I mean, that's who runs our bases. Is
Yeah,
our our people.
where do we have American troops fighting for our freedom right now?
Right this minute? Nowhere. It's mostly our technology.
Great answer. Yeah, we don't have troops fighting for freedom.
Right. But it's still us, still our technology.
I don't know what you're.
Still our drones, it's still our missiles, it's still our guns.
Oh, are you saying that our drones, our missiles, our ammunition, and our guns should be like in more places around the world?
No, I think it should be less.
Oh, so then you disagree with Trump spending more money on American bases outside of the U.S.?
No, not really.
Okay, so you think there should be more?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you'd support Biden fighting Ukraine because that's just putting more of our ammunitions, weapons, drones, etc. in more places around the world.
Well, Ukraine is not a good country to begin with.
Oh, okay, so it has to be a good country.
Well, it has to be at least a better country. I mean, they were before Russia.
I don't know. I'm trying
Before
to track.
Russia attacked.
I'm really trying to track.
Before Russia attacked Ukraine,
I'm really trying to
Ukraine
track.
was the number one leading in world sex trafficking in the world. In the world, they were number one leading.
Can you give me a source?
Now you can Google that or Siri it or whatever, but that is 100% true. They were number one world leading in sex trafficking.
Yeah, and if you don't have a source for that, I'm going to be confused. Why should I believe that?
I googled it. I don't know what source you use, Siri or whatever, or Lexus or whatever you use. But yeah, I just googled it.
Lexus.
I used Google. I just googled it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm asking what the source is, not the search engine that you used.
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a couple years now. Tell you the God honest truth.
Okay. So you don't have any reason why you want to vote for Trump?
No, other than he's more for our borders than other countries.
Do you have a daughter?
So he claims anyway.
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So if a 40-year-old man went up to your daughter and said that they would want to like date her in 10 years, would you think that's pedophilic?
In 10 years, she'll be old enough to date whoever she wants. In 10 years.
But they sexualized your daughter.
Well, that'd be no different than sniffing my daughter's hair. I'd knock him out.
What? Bro.
That would be no different than going to my daughter and sniffing her.
What? So again, he didn't. Can you give me a video of Biden doing that to like random kids?
I'm sure they're all over the internet, and if I really took my time and looked it up, I probably could find it. Because I've seen it all over the internet, TikTok, right where we're at. I've seen it on Reels. I've seen it on Shorts, I think they're called, for YouTube.
Yeah, you've seen them all these places, but what? Can I see some?
Let me give me a minute. Let me see if I can look up some.
Okay, we'll wait.
What is he looking for? Or just came back.
He's just
Where
looking
Biden
for-
is sniffing little girls.
Oh, again, yeah, and Trump calls them beautiful in the stands 10 times, tells them to come up on stage, grabs them and kisses them while they squirm away.
I haven't seen that.
You want to see it?
Don't matter.
Oh, don't. So you don't want to see it. Okay.
No, I mean, you can show me. I mean, it's not really going to persuade me. I mean, I'm not voting, period.
Bruh.
Period.
Oh, W, he's not voting.
Okay, you're not voting?
No.
What? Okay, well, I mean, I'd prefer you not voting over voting for Trump, but why don't you vote for Biden?
Because he's left our borders wide open.
Actually, we have the same amount of border crossings now as we did under Trump's administration.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. You want to bet?
Yeah.
How much money?
What do you want?
Just give me a number.
That's all I got. Say $100.
Yeah, so we have this. Okay, the $100 on. We have the same amount of border crossings. We're around the same amount of border crossings we did at the end of Trump's administration.
Can I also throw $100 in it, Jason? You want to do $200?
I can do 150.
Oh, I'll bet 50. I'll bet 50.
All right, I'll do 100. Okay. All right. Well, I can send you the article right now. Yeah, Venmo, Cash App in my bio.
Okay.
Venmo,
Here,
PayPal,
let
on
me
mine.
show you the article right here. The article is guess how much border crossing numbers. Oh, Christina, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It says guess how much border crossing numbers plummeted after Biden put in a new policy, and it specifically indicates daily crossings have fallen below 2,400, the lowest level since January 17, 2021, right before the president took office.
Perfect. Where's my $100? Where's his? Do you pay us?
Okay. Where's your Cash App?
Wow.
It's in my bio. Just look up Parker get a job.
Yeah, my Venmo is D.
Or you can click on the link tree in my bio and click on the link. Veronica, think of the gem gun.
My Venmo is DEANWITHRS. That's also my PayPal. You could just send, my money.
Okay, now you're gonna have to give me a little while because I don't have Venmo or PayPal, but your Cash App I'll get.
Yeah, you can just send it through me and I'll send it to Dean.
Okay. All right.
So just send 150 to Parker or get a job.
All right, Parker, get a job. All right.
All right.
All right. Talk to y'all another day.
All right. Appreciate you coming up.
Yep.
All right. What are the odds? What are the odds? I say they're like 5%.
Yeah, lower.
Yo, it's how old are you?
I'm 26.
Are you voting for Trump?
Can I just ask a question real quick?
Are you voting for Trump?
Yes.
What question?
So I just want to hear like your guys' reasoning for voting for Biden. I know that you come on here and like debate people who are against Trump. I just want to hear like you come out and just say all your reasonings for voting for Biden.
Trump's a proven sexual abuser. He's a proven fraudster. He's been denying the
Okay,
election
but
for the past.
then you're going against Trump, is what I'm saying. So I'm
Yeah, I'd
asking
love to.
you-
I mean, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, right? The Chips and Science Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the PACT Act.
Okay.
Right, but like a lot of our reasons why we're voting for Biden
Is against
because
Trump.
is because we don't want Trump in office.
I understand that. I completely understand that. And honestly, I'm not voting for Trump either. I honestly just wanted to come up here and listen to you.
Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, Pomegranate, thank you for the gem gun. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's get this next person up. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate the hand art. If you're MAGA, type it in the chat, everyone, and I will add you up. Yo, thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it, Starkey. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 20.
Are you voting Trump?
Fuck no, and I appreciate everything y'all do on my mama.
Thank you.
Word.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are simply just looking for some debates. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next individual up here, everyone. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. I saw a person with a MAGA hat I was going to add up, but then literally they disappeared. All right. Do give it a second. Women for Trump. Let me add them up. All right, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump. They're literally like, there's no one joining up.
Yo, these Triscuits, so
I'm
good.
gonna cry. All these people are not joining in. I hate when TikTok does this.
If you want to, like, during one of these conversations, I could take over for like 30 seconds, and you could like delete a mod and add this one, and I could help out.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 25.
Are you voting
Are
for
you
Trump?
voting Trump?
I will be.
Watch out.
Why so?
There's a few different reasons. I would probably start with No New Wars. It's probably my first.
So what do you classify as a new war?
Well, the Ukraine-Russia debacle was not happening under Trump.
Okay. So did you know that there was a proxy war between the United States and between Russia and Syria? There was when we pulled out of Kurdistan, the Turkish-Kurdish war. There was funding of Saudi Arabia and its blockade over Yemen that starved 85,000 Yemeni children.
When did those wars start?
Those happened under Trump's administration.
When did they start?
Syria is the one that happened before. Other ones happened when Trump was president.
When exactly did those wars start?
Okay, you want me to give you each one like the year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for which one first?
Syria.
I already told you Syria happened before, but he continued it. Do you want me to bring up Turkish-Kurdish war?
Sure.
I got you. Turkish-Kurdish war, specifically. Let me pull it up for you, like the recent one. Give me 1 second. Do you want to talk to Dean while I pull it up?
Yeah, we saw that the proxy war in Yemen popped off in 2017 with ballistic missile strikes, then full-blown war with aerial and waterborne drones in 2018.
I'm looking it up to...
But I also just want to point out something else. I kind of look at this argument, no new wars under Trump, but yes, wars under Biden, is a very similar correlation-causation argument to like lower inflation under Trump, higher inflation under Biden. I don't think that we could sufficiently demonstrate how like Russia's invasion of Ukraine or Israel's genocide of the Palestinian individuals
I didn't
was caused particularly by Biden, or would it be the case if Trump was still in office? So I ultimately just think it's a failed talking point, the same way I think heightened levels of inflation under Biden would be a failed talking point.
Did I
as they were
conflate those
caused
things
by him.
together? I didn't
Well-
conflate those things
Well,
together.
if
though.
there was not a conflation made, and you're just
There's
simply
someone from the
drawing a
Cato Institute that
correlation-
indicated that it happened under Trump's administration. Yes, Donald
actually
Trump dumped
looking
the
at the
Kurds, and we
exact
should not be
article.
shocked.
Dude, I'm looking at the exact article that you're looking at right now on my computer. And that's not what it's saying if you'll read down.
Yeah, you do read down like it literally led to Turkey winning and invading.
Go read down.
Yeah, that's what it says.
No. Read the specifics of the argument and why that happened.
Wait, but it was still Trump's move, correct?
No.
Trump's move to leave Kurdistan specifically led to Turkey going in.
That's what I'm saying right now. It was an insurgency of the Workers' Party in Kurdistan that had nothing
Yeah,
to do.
President Trump already engaged in a retreat in 2017. Turkish military incursions into northern Syria began in early 2018.
The Kurdistan Workers' Party insurgency is an armed conflict between the Republic of Turkey and the Kurdistan Workers' Party, as well as the allied insurgency group. Both.
Are you saying that there was conflict in this region that existed prior? You could say the same thing about Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, you can say. The same
Oh,
about-
wait. So then there
you can
was
say
new
about-
new conflict under Trump's administration based upon your own standard.
You can
Right,
say
and if
the
you don't
same
hold this
thing about-
standard, then there wasn't new conflict with
Can you
Russia's
say the
invasion of
same thing
Ukraine
about-
or Israel's genocide of Palestine.
Can you say
Yeah.
the same thing about Israel and Palestine? That's what I was
1948.
about to-
Yeah,
sir.
that's exactly the point I was bringing up. That's what you don't understand.
Right. Okay. Explain.
Under your own definition, these would have been started under. Again, but like the it's the exact point. You're like running into the point and not realizing it.
Yeah, like Russia indexed Crimea in 2014, and Israel, pushed out and displaced 750,000 Palestinians.
So is that Obama's fault?
1948.
Is that Obama's fault?
No,
No, I don't think that just because it happened under the
Then
administration,
how?
that
What
means
is
it's
the
the
double
fault of the
standard?
president.
and that's the point.
I
that we're
don't
trying
think
to
that
show.
just because it happened under the administration is the fault of the president, and I think that's what you're trying to argue here.
That's
Right,
what
and
you
we
were
could
trying
use-
to argue until I tried to bring up Obama.
Dude, he doesn't understand what a reductio ad absurdum is.
Yeah,
I
like
was
we're
literally arguing against him. Like,
we're
bro,
using
come
your
on.
logic to show that
Matt,
you're
thank you for the
incorrect.
$5 from the DNC. Thank you so much,
no,
Matt.
you're not.
Yes, we are.
Just brought up.
Okay, Jacob,
2014.
follow me here. Follow me here. So you're saying that because this war under Trump's presidency was not directly influenced or started, by Trump, and there had been conflicts prior to him coming into office, he is not responsible for it. This same logic could be used to escape responsibility for for Russia's invasion of Ukraine for Biden, or Israel's attack on Palestine.
Ryan, thank you for the $17.76 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. Exactly. So
Okay, well, if it's the case that Biden's not responsible for either of these things, why would this give
Thank
you
you,
reason
Ryan.
to vote for Trump over Biden?
So you just brought up, or Parker just brought up, the point of 2014.
If Biden is not responsible for Russia's invasion of Ukraine or Israel's genocide of the
Well, the difference is
Palestinians, why would
because-
this give you reason to vote for Trump?
Because the difference is that Biden is responsible for the invasion of Russia.
How so?
Can you give me evidence?
Yes, I can. I can give you evidence because
What's the evidence?
Putin explicitly said that the expansion of NATO into
NATO hasn't expanded.
That's straight Russian propaganda. What expansion under Biden?
the expansion into Eastern Europe and how Biden
Under
What country?
Biden?
yes, and back
What did Biden do that expanded NATO?
Biden has been talking about expanding into Eastern Europe since
Can you give me a
he was
source?
president to Obama.
Can you give me a source of him doing it?
It'd take me a second to pull it up, but
Then also just pointed out here, I think that NATO expansion is great. Second point here, NATO hasn't expanded.
How? Wait, no, wait. How is NATO expansion a good thing?
More allies, the better, sir.
Why?
More democracies, the better.
Why?
Wait, why? Because I think that foreign adversaries and like terrible tyrannical dictators are bad.
Well,
like what? Is that a hot duck?
don't
Yep.
know
Bro's
if I
quiet.
agree with that.
You don't wait. Are foreign adversaries and tyrannical dictators maybe a good thing, Jacob?
Well, it depends on what you consider a tyrannical dictatorship.
People like Putin, where the IFC has literally issued warrants for his arrest
ICC.
because of war. ICC because of warrant has the ICC has issued warrants for his arrest because of war crimes in Ukraine.
Okay, so do you think,
Or like
that,
him unaliving his political adversaries or jailing
think
journalists
that-
who don't
you
agree
think
with his
that-
narrative?
Zelensky in Ukraine is a bastion of democracy?
Do I think that it's a bastion of democracy? A, I don't know enough, but B, probably not. But C, they're definitely, not to the same level that, like Putin would be.
So, what do you think about? Okay, so like I'm going to preface this with the fact that I do.
But that doesn't justify their invasion. And it is definitely the case that I would prefer Zelensky to be running Ukraine in comparison to that being consumed into Russia, where it is thereby,
Why?
land of Putin.
Why
Because democracy over dictator, buddy.
is like I just said 5 seconds.
Are you okay with Russia invading and genociding Ukrainians?
Is Ukraine a bastion of democracy?
Are you okay with Russia invading and genociding Ukrainians?
I don't agree with the war between.
So
Russia.
you disagree with Russia invading and genociding Ukrainians? Do you think that do
Just
you
said
think
that
that we should appease the Russian state that is currently genociding Ukrainians?
This is a mutual war. I mean, it's I don't.
Mutual war? They invaded Ukraine. How is that a mutual war?
Well, are the Ukrainians fighting back? Fighting
That's
back?
self-defense. So so would you say that if Jewish people fought back, right, during the Holocaust so that they didn't get killed, that would have made it not a genocide?
No.
Okay. So it'd still be a genocide.
But do you think that Ukraine is a bastion of democracy? And do you think that it,
Never said it was, but I would prefer it over them being invaded and genocided. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think you understand this point. I think that Ukraine for a long time hasn't been a good country, but they began a revolution in 2014, and they have since adopted, tenets of democracy and have been,
by canceling
moralized in some
previous
senses.
election, is
However,
that-
I absolutely do think it is the
Do you
case
think Russia's a democracy?
that
think
it's going to be better than
think
Russia.
that Zelensky canceling the previous election is an example of pure democracy?
Never said it was pure democracy.
Yeah, we're not saying that Ukraine is like heaven, okay? But what we're saying is Ukraine is better than Russia.
Okay. I agree with that. I agree that Ukraine is probably minutely better than Russia. It's not that much better. Not that much. Do you think that there's any merit to...
It's not that much better when Russia's literally invading Ukraine and genociding Ukrainians. The level of delusion in this guy is unbelievable. It's
Can I
off
ask
the
you a
charts.
question?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think that there's any merit to Putin's claims about... Like, I'm not saying that I agree with this. I'm not. I'm just asking y'all's opinion on whether there's any merit to the idea that Putin invaded Ukraine because of
NATO expansionism?
NATO expansionism.
No, because
Part one,
we
part one.
were in
No, that's part
we
one.
were in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia since the early 2000s. That's right on the border of Russia.
That's part one. What about the bioweapons labs? What about...
No evidence.
What are you talking about, dude?
No evidence of these bioweapon labs.
That's crazy.
Not that I've seen. Can you give me evidence?
I can pull up a source right now, but it's...
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Woo! Oh man, going on 4 hours now. I think. Been live since 1.
Me? I've been on for 3 hours 10 minutes.
I have...
Okay, I was on for about like an hour
saved
prior.
in my in documents. I just gotta pull it up.
Also, guys, if you want to support either myself or Parker, we both have our Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPal's in the bio. You'll get a notification at the top of our phone screen with your name, a message if you want us to read it off on live, answer any questions, as well as an amount so we could give you a shout out. Anyways, back to Jacob over here. What's the argument here?
Well, I'm trying to pull up this article. It's not an article. It's actually from the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine about bioweapons labs.
In Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, like Parker
The
pointed
US
out, I think that
embassy.
that's wrong. But like, additionally, here, how would you be able to blame Biden for the war if you're like self-admittedly blaming him for bioweapons?
ua.us.embassy.gov.
No, what's the title?
us.usembassy.gov.
No, that's a URL, not a title. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. PE, thank you for the hand heart.
Biological Threat Reduction Program. It's a program that was put forth through by the CIA to combat bioweapons labs in Ukraine. This was back in 2002.
Yeah, so the title of that is Why Nobody Believes the Kremlin's Bioweapons Claims.
No.
That's the US Embassy.
From the usembassy.gov.
This is from the US Embassy.
.gov.
Look.
I can't see that. I'm not reading the same article that you are.
Well, this is from the US Embassy, so
So is the article that I'm reading right now.
appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. I don't see.
Okay, I don't want to get caught up in this U.S. or Russia Ukraine because I don't think that we should be involved in that conflict
Do
at
you know
all.
what the Budapest Memorandum is?
The Budapest Memorandum. I recall something about it. Can you remind me?
So that's a denuclearization agreement that we signed with Ukraine in 1994, essentially stating
Oh,
if they
yeah,
gave up their
yeah.
nukes, we'd protect them if they're invaded. Guess what? They gave up their nukes. Now we're just simply holding up our end of the contractual agreement. The big issue with saying that we shouldn't be honoring the contract is essentially saying that, we should seem unreliable and untrustworthy to other countries around the world that we may want to entertain talks about denuclearization agreements with. It's like, why do you think that foreign adversaries or foreign countries would even step foot in a negotiation room with us when it is the case, no matter what we negotiate, there's a probability that we will honor that deal because we didn't honor it with Ukraine.
High probability.
Like, this is specifically why we should honor our deal with Ukraine and we should send them funding and weapons until the invasion is over, due to the fact that we want to be able to make similar deals with other countries worldwide. In fact, I'd even go as far as saying that funding Ukraine is literally putting America first.
Well, that's not really true. So
what did I just say that was factually incorrect? Name the statement and show me how it's wrong.
So that decision was in December 5th, 1994, and that was to provide security assurances based on the accession of Kazakhstan. So that has really nothing to do with Ukraine. I don't know
The
where
Budapest
you
Memorandum
got that
absolutely
argument
has to do
from.
with Ukraine. What are
Read
you
it.
talking about? Kazakh? Yeah, you read it.
I've done my research. I have
Who
this-
signed the Budapest Memorandum?
I'm looking at it right now because I've
Who
tapped
signed the Budapest Memorandum?
Kazakhstan.
No.
Look it up.
Kazakhstan did not sign the Budapest Memorandum.
They signed the Treaty of
It's
the
not even a treaty.
Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, the NPT, the Memorandum for 3 nuclear powers: Russia, United States, and the United Kingdom.
Okay. So the countries that signed it are what?
It was Russia, United States, United Kingdom, and Kazakhstan.
No, it was Ukraine.
And Belarus.
No, can you wait? Show me which one you're looking at.
I'm actually looking at Wikipedia right now, which I know is not like the most reliable source.
Bro,
I know that it's
Jacob, do you consider yourself a true patriot, Jacob?
Define patriotism.
A true man of your country, America first.
I'm definitely American first. Yeah.
True patriot over here. You're literally spreading Russian propaganda.
I don't think so.
It's literally Kremlin propaganda.
I don't think so.
Like, I'm not even trolling it. You're actually literally spreading Kremlin propaganda.
I'm not a supporter of Putin at all.
I never said you are, but you're literally supporting their propaganda.
So how am I proliferating their propaganda?
You can
When I say
proliferate
that
their
I'm not supporting
propaganda even if you don't support them, because you can proliferate particular arguments that they argue.
Well, maybe because some of those are just truths
Okay.
that you don't want to accept as truths.
Do you want to give me evidence for them, or do you just want to like name
I
off?
just did, dude.
Yeah, wait
You
until he
didn't.
can't give evidence apart from the Kremlin's word, which is discredited by our embassies, right?
Does
Discredited
the
by our
Kremlin
own
own
government. But of
Wikipedia?
course, you're gonna believe the Kremlin over our own
Do
government.
they own Wikipedia?
What particular?
Do you want to
reference-
see the original memorandum?
Sure.
And I was particularly referencing the bioweapons claim.
Say that again.
I was referencing the bioweapons claim. It looks like he has a Budapest memorandum up on screen. Like, this is very anti-American, but it makes sense.
Kylene, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Trump is trending on Twitter. Trump P3DO files.
That has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Yep. We should
What's
really.
the source on that, Parker?
Parker, we should really do a deep dive into that, like one-on-one, like maybe like later tonight on FaceTime or something, and
title?
see if like that is worth credible. Like,
Yeah,
speaking about
where'd
on
you
live.
get that? What's the source on that?
Bro, that is the
telling
Budapest
you.
memorandum.
Look, you can look this up. If this fucking keeps, I'm gonna cry. Why do I have to turn off the fucking damn like green screen, bro? Like, this shit sucks, dude. It's the worst, bro.
Well, I don't recognize where you're at right now. Are you not at your apartment anymore?
New apartment.
Number 52241, but I can't see what's above that. Volume 3007.
Okay.
Can you read that? Can you read the bottom portion?
No, you fucking literally go search it up yourself, dude.
Dude, I couldn't have time to
Then go look it up later, bro, because I literally just showed you.
Okay, well I can't.
Yeah, this is a debate live. Like, not to say that we don't have.
It literally like it's not even in English. That bottom part. So like I don't even know what you're trying to get me to read that.
Oh,
for.
well,
It's just a translation of the title, bro.
I couldn't see it. That's what I was asking.
Okay.
Like, I don't just.
Give me a topic. What do you want to talk about?
Yo, Sean, I appreciate you for the $3 on Venmo. Russia
I'm done with
agreed
the
in
Ukraine,
1994 to respect Ukraine's sovereignty.
I'm not gonna be able to have any influence on y'all on the Ukraine-Russia debate, and I kind of want to move on to that. But I do want to talk about other issues with y'all. So I just was kind of wondering what else y'all want to talk about.
Yeah. Would you vote for someone that said to your 10-year-old daughter, who's a 40-year-old, that they'd be dating her in 10 years?
I think that was slightly taken out of context. However,
would you vote for a man that told your 10-year-old daughter as a 40-year-old that they'd be dating them in 10 years?
I wouldn't, but I don't think that's actually factually.
That's what he said. Why don't we go and
You want to
clip?
play the audio, Dean?
Yep, I'm pulling it up on my laptop. Also here, Jacob, you're saying it was taken out of context. I literally can't think of context that would justify this. Like, even if he was like, haha, just joking, like, it's still fucking weird. Anyways.
I see what you're saying.
I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you here. 1992, Trump 10-year-old girl. Let's go ahead and...
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
you want to hear it again?
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
He's like, oh, it's AI.
Is that all y'all have?
No, that was one of the things.
For this specific... Oh my god, we could go over on how he's found civilly liable for rape. We could go over the fact that he called his own daughter voluptuous, saying that she was sexually attractive. Him agreeing with Howard Stern when Howard Stern called his daughter a piece of ass. So he was boasting to Howard Stern about how he likes to walk into the changing rooms of half-naked teens at Miss Teen USA because he quote-unquote owns the place to do quote-unquote inspection with some of the 18-year-old girls that are reporting that there's girls as young as 15 there. We could go over how he's cheated on 3 of his wives. We could go over on how he paid off a P-star hush money to stay quiet about the fact that he cheated on one of his wives with her, and then covered it up with financial fraud, which led to the 34 felony counts. We could go over so many things here, but no, we're going over one particular claim here about him saying that he dated a 10-year-old girl in 10 years from 1992 before AI existed. What are your thoughts, buddy?
Which claim do you want to talk about specifically?
10-year-old girl, you said you want to vote for a man who told your daughter that he'd be dating her in 10 years, so why do you vote for a man that told someone else's daughter that he'd be dating her in 10 years? Huh?
Well, That was not the full context of the clip.
Oh, what was that? What was that? What was the other context? Let's have this conversation, Jacob. What context would justify him saying to your daughter that he would date her in 10 years? What fucking context would justify that if this was said to your daughter?
What year did he say that?
1992.
1992.
Okay. That's that's an important distinction to make because culturally the world was different back then.
Christy, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. Thank you so
I know
much,
that
Christy. I
sounds-
appreciate it. You're disgusting as fuck. Saying the world was culturally different does not justify someone saying this shit.
And
I don't give a
Donald,
flying fuck. What?
Donald, thank you for the $15 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Donald. Massive W, Donald, in the chat. This is the same like rhetoric that people have used in the past to justify old men sleeping with young girls 1,000
What
years ago.
about-
Culturally, the world was different. But guess what? Sexualization of young children doesn't change, bucko. You're saying it may be more normalized or accepted in society to sexualize young children, but that doesn't make what he did any less detestable.
I agree. What about Biden and showering with his daughter that was 10 years old at the time?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, why do you say
No,
oh my gosh?
The reason why I say oh my gosh is because she came out and said that there were false accusations lobbed at people she
Dude,
cares
that
about
was
that
in
defame
her
her and people she
fucking
cares
diary.
about. Again,
That
that
was
doesn't
in
mean
her
that we have
fucking
good
diary.
reason to believe that it was verified because she
That
came out and
she
gave us
wrote
reason to
it
believe.
herself?
She gave us reason to believe it was unverified because again, this was stolen by by someone that sold it to a right wing organization
He
project.
verified that it was her diary.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
Danielle.
the contents are verified.
Danielle, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, Danielle. W Danielle in the
Just
chat.
said- so you just said that the contents were verified.
No, I said that doesn't mean the contents are verified. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
That's what I thought you said, but
Moonshadow, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
oh, that shit is so cringy.
Also, Danielle, yeah, thank you for that $10.
Oh, what? I said thank you to someone who sent me money.
Yeah,
Cry about it.
Wait, why is that cringy
Seriously,
for us to
cry
thank people
about
that
it.
donate? Like, Jacob, actually answer the question here. Why is that cringy for like me and Parker to thank people that donate to us?
Oh, shit! Thank you, bro. Thanks for sending the $10. That's dope.
I'm appreciative for the $10, Jacob. What about it?
Hell yeah!
Wait, Jacob, if someone took their money that they worked hard for and gave it to you because they like what you're saying,
You
when it's
wouldn't say
completely
thank you?
unnecessary
Like
to do
what?
so, you want to say thank you?
I would say thank you for sending the money. Not
I think that you're just jealous that me and Parker have individuals donating money to us. Oh no, you're just jealous. Honestly, Jacob, you're jealous.
He's just so mad, bro.
Hey, by the way, yeah, you're just jealous. You're mad, bro.
okay. Back to the comment.
Peter, thank you for the $40 for the cringe.
Oh my
Keep it
God.
up. W Peter in the comment section right fucking now.
Yo,
let's
Peter
go.
for
Get
the
some W
cringe?
Peters.
Let's do
Holy
Peter. W
shit.
Peter for the cringe. $40 to Parker. Let's go, dude.
Let's go.
W Peter for the cringe. Let's
MAGA
go.
meltdown. MAGA meltdown.
MAGA meltdown. Let's go, guys.
Can we get
W
back to
Peter.
the conversation we were having?
Wait, are you?
No, we were
cringed
just
out
talking about
Peter?
you're a MAGA nation, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Venmo, PayPal,
You,
buy
you don't
the cringe
see
Peter.
any concern with the fact that he was showering with his daughter and an
Dude, that's
inappropriate-
literally unverified.
If it was verified,
Wait, I have a
it'd be
question. Would you
concerning.
vote for Kamala Harris over Donald
Is Hunter
Trump?
Biden's laptop unverified too, or you're still?
No, he's been convicted.
Yo, Casey with
Appreciate
$1
yo,
on Venmo
Jorge,
for
thank
the
you so much for the
cringe.
galaxy. I appreciate it.
Convicted for the
Casey, thank
laptop
you for the
stuff.
$1 on Venmo for the cringe. W Casey for
what
the
are you
$1 on
talking about,
Venmo.
Parker? That's not true. He wasn't
What?
convicted for the laptop stuff. He was convicted for the gun.
No, he was
crime.
convicted for felonies, but the
For the gun charge. He wasn't
I understand.
convicted for anything connected to his laptop at all.
I meant to say like that was proven. Like we already have evidence justifying that.
How?
Tara, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So that's confirmed. And you don't.
Aline, thank you for the $10 for the cringe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Aline.
God, this shit's ridiculous, dude.
You know what's ridiculous, Jacob? Is you literally like calling
He's
yourself.
so mad. MAGA meltdown.
You know what's ridiculous, Jacob? Is you literally calling yourself pro-American, pro-Constitution while disseminating Russian misinformation. What's
Let's talk
ridiculous
about
is you saying that. One second. What's ridiculous is you saying that you're like pro-American people, right? But at the same time, being sympathetic towards Trump, being held civilly liable for rape. or being
Timothy, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Timothy.
Wasn't
being
held
sympathetic.
civilly liable
He
for
was.
rape.
He was. Jacob. 1 second though.
No, he
Being,
wasn't.
okay. Yeah. You want to talk about
Shannon,
it?
thank you for the $1 for the cringe.
Yeah. Trump was held civilly liable for rape. Prove me wrong.
No, he
buddy.
wasn't.
Prove me wrong.
He was held civilly
Bro,
liable.
he was
Prove me
civilly-
wrong.
He was
Appreciate
held
the gem guy. Thank
civilly
you so much.
liable for sexual assault.
Yeah, sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse.
It was what
Sean,
we
thank you for
used
the
to-
$10 for getting him mad, and thank you for the $10 for lose Jacob. I just got a
Just
harassment and bullying violation.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Well, Jacob, so we colloquially reference like sexual abuse as grape. Any part of one person entering into another without consent is a grape, point blank, period.
That's not
At the
what
time
he
in
was held
2022,
liable for.
one second. At the time in 2022, grape was legally defined as the male member entering into the female member without consent. However, it's not the case that we base our definition of grape off of the law. And if you do, I'll just ask you this question. Prior to the 1990s, if a man was to engage consentfully in intercourse with his wife, that wasn't legally defined as grape. So if a husband chained his wife down and unconsensually penetrated her in the 1980s, is that woman a victim of grape?
Vanessa, thank you for the $1 for the cringe.
That
Thank you,
trial
Vanessa.
held in the 1980s.
Yeah, let's say this trial. Let's say if this happened in the 1980s, is that woman a victim of grape, sir?
But was the trial for Trump held in the
Angela, thank you for the $5 for dealing with the clingy MAGAs.
Okay, by the way, Venmo. Yo, Kari, thank you so much for the gym gun. I appreciate you for the love. So can you answer my question? Is that woman a victim of grape, Jacob? Yes or no?
Was the trial under Trump held?
No, that was held in 2000. It started in 2019. I'm not asking you about Trump. I'm asking you about a woman who's unconsensually penetrated by her husband in the 1980s when that was not legally defined as grape. Was that woman a victim of grape?
Sure.
Okay, so very similarly, we'd say that Trump is a
Yeah.
grapist, even though at the time that wasn't legally what was defined as grape. Also, yo, Jeffrey with a $25 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for the love. Massive W, Jeffrey, in the chat for the $25 for the cringe. And Moon with a $10 on Venmo for the cringe. Let's get some W Jeffreys and some W Moons in that chat. And let's get some L Jacobs for saying that E. Jean Carroll's not a victim of grape and saying that Trump is not a grapist just because he wants to be sympathetic to the narrative by contorting reality to just ignoring the truth, right? You do not want the chosen one to be depicted as anything but the best guy imaginable. And when the truth comes out about him that he's a piece of shit, you'd contort and deny the facts to fit your narrative, and it's disgusting because it's victim blaming, it is woman shaming, and it is just perpetuating the narrative that these things are socially acceptable, which they absolutely are not, sir.
So in one of the most liberal counties in the entire country, all that they could come up with was a bullshit decision of.
Give me any reason to believe that it's bullshit apart from your emotions.
Did they provide sufficient evidence that?
Yeah, the evidentiary standard for civil courts is more
for
likely
a
than not.
unanimous decision from the jury.
Yeah, and Angela, thank you for the $5 on Cash App.
In Manhattan.
Do you understand that the lawyers select the jury?
Dude,
Cam, thank you for the $30 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Cam. Massive W, Cam, for the $30 on Venmo in the chat. Thank you.
Or a moderate state. Take that trial to Ohio.
Hey, Jacob.
That's not where the crime. That's not where it happened.
Exactly.
Why would it happen in a place where it didn't happen? So tell him to go move there. Tell him to go live there. Why was he living in New York?
The only juror that the prosecutor rejected was a guy that had listened to Tim Pool before. They rejected that guy because he had listened to Tim Pool.
Jacob, I'm actually sympathetic towards the idea that it's possible that some members of the jury were biased against Trump. And the reason
Cam, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Cam in the comment section? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. For the cringe.
And the reason that I'm sympathetic towards that idea is because we see bias in all juries all the time. Jurors are biased against people with tattoos. Jurors are biased against people that they find to be unattractive. We see implicit racial biases. We see implicit biases literally all the fucking time. Sex and gender biases, etc. Or age biases, right? Socioeconomic disparity and how that would play into biases. The goal of jury selection isn't to find people who don't have these biases. The goal of jury selection is to find people who could set these biases aside and only operate on the facts presented in the case. And it is the case that during jury selection, they threw out 120 potential jurors for this exact reason. The 9 jurors that they selected self-admitted to the judge under threat of perjury that they would set their personal biases aside and only operate off the facts presented in the case.
Kara, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Kara. I appreciate it. Can we get some W's for Kara in the comment section right now? Thank you so much.
Those jurors were rejected by Trump's attorneys, and how many of those were rejected by the prosecution?
I'm willing to say that most, like majority of them, would be rejected by Trump's attorneys, and I find no issue with that. I think that that's fair for them to do. I think that they absolutely have the right to do so.
Okay, so how does that make for a fair jury in Manhattan, where
because
Oh
the
my God.
85%?
This guy wouldn't accept anything.
Yeah. If you want to like throw this jury out because of potential
I
biases,
would.
you're gonna have to reject every jury ever. There's not just political biases. There, like I already went over. The juries have bias against people with tattoos. Juries have bias against people that they deem as unattractive. They have like gender-related biases, racial-related biases, socioeconomic-related biases. This is true all the fucking time. And this isn't just coming from me. This is coming from lawyers, legal professionals. The goal of jury selection isn't to find people that don't have biases. The goal of jury selection is to find people that can set those biases aside. And particularly during the jury selection, Trump's lawyers were adequately provided with juries in which they're happy with being able, jurors in which they were happy with being able to put their biases aside. So, like, you are literally doubting Trump's lawyers' abilities by saying that there's a bias of the jurors, in which was
Do you think that
insufficient
happened?
to yield a correct determination.
Do you think that happened? Do you think that the jurors set aside their biases against Trump?
Yes, and Kara with a $20 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for the love, Kara. Let's get a W Kara in the chat for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Also, I want to let Parker talk here. I've been talking a bit. I'm sorry, man.
You really think that the jurors set aside?
Anthony, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Anthony.
You Kara, guys.
Go ahead.
You really think that the jurors in that Trump trial set aside their biases?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think
Absolutely. Linda, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate it. And Anthony, thank you for the $10 in Jacob's name. Thank you so much. I appreciated it.
Oh, Jacob, are you still kind of like cringed out?
Do you really think that those Democrat voters set aside their biases who want to see?
Bro, 2 of the jurors were Trump supporters. Lil Dog?
No, they weren't.
Yes, 2 of the jurors referenced Truth Social for their news sources. And as the decision is unanimous by nature, it is the case that they convinced an individual with a bias towards Trump that he had that he's a rapist. But we've been over this point 4, 5, 6 times. How many times have I told you that the goal of jury selection isn't to find people who don't have bias, but the goal of jury selection is to find people who can operate off the facts presented in the case?
Well, that's just not true because
It is true. Give me one legal opinion that would say that the goal of jury selection is to find individuals who operate without bias.
How do you feel about the one Trump?
Emily, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. Let's go. Let's get some W Emily's in that comment section for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much for
Can
the
I ask
love.
one question real quick?
Yeah, I'll
do you
shut
think
up.
Do you think violent offenders should be able to run for president?
That's a loaded question because I think that definitely. So what I've seen going around on X the last couple of weeks is, so like a felon can't vote for office, but a felon can run for office. But I think that a felon should be able to run for office for one simple point.
No, I'm asking about that. Should a violent offender be able to own a gun? I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
You think, okay, so someone who murders someone should be able to own a gun, or someone who raped a child should be able to own a gun?
They're probably going to be in prison for.
Let's say they got out,
life.
right? Should they be able to own a gun once they get out?
Damn. I don't know. I think that that's something that has to be taken up legislatively. I think that the majority of felons should be able to own a gun. I don't know about like a
Matt, thank you for the $10 from the Bias Jury Fund. Thank you so much.
I don't know about a convicted murderer. Maybe not.
What about a rapist?
If they're convicted of,
If they were held legally responsible for sexual abuse. Like let's say one of the one of the members of the Catholic Church that was held legally responsible for sexual abuse because in New York State, it is the case that it was past the statute of limitations for criminal court for the children who were involved in these cases. Should they be able to get access to a gun?
actually, I'm gonna take.
Matt, thank you for the $10 again. Thank you.
I'm gonna take the constitutional standpoint and say that anybody can have a gun.
You think a child P3 who raped someone should be able to get access to a gun?
Yes, and everybody else should be able to have a gun as well. Do you see?
Wait, I have a question. So, do you think that like P3 radios should be able to live within a mile radius of public schools?
I don't think that the federal government should have any involvement in where a person lives.
So, just to make sure, if someone is convicted of raping a 13-year-old child, they should be able to live across the street from an elementary school and have access to pew-pews?
A person that raped a 13-year-old should be executed.
Wait, so if these claims about Trump as it relates to Jeffrey Epstein are accurate, he should be?
I really don't think that they are.
Also, you'd say that. So you'd say that they should be. So they're right to life.
Oh, Dean, you can't say that. Just make
I've been doing a lot of research over the last couple of days, and I cannot find any verifiable source that is showing that those claims are true at all. The only place that I've seen that is on fucking X. That's the only place that I've ever seen any of those claims being verified by a reputable source.
So this was brought in the United States District Court, the Central District of California, with the plaintiff being Katie Johnson and the defendants being Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. This is going to be ED number CV1600797.
How many times is that case thrown out?
Okay, so you admit that they're real court documents. So when you said that there is an unverified claim that you couldn't find any evidence for, now you admit that it is a verified claim and these are real court documents.
No, it's not a verified claim. That's the problem.
Wait, no,
it was thrown out 5 times in.
No, you'd say that
trial
you'd say that it'd be a
California.
verified claim. However, the claim itself was false.
No. The claim is false.
Oh, so you're just talking about evidence for the claim, not evidence of the claim being made.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I haven't done enough research on it. But also, so you said that like violent P3 should lose their right to life, but they shouldn't lose the right to own a pew-pew?
Well, if they aren't alive, how are they supposed to own a pew-pew?
Someone who engaged in violent robbery, should they be able to get access to a gun?
Violent robbery?
Yes, like with a gun.
If they should be in prison.
Well, they get out after 7 years. Should they be able to get access to a gun?
Why are they getting out after 7 years?
That's how it happened.
Is that
Or a grapist. A grapist gets out after a few years. Should they be able to get access to a gun?
Is that how it should be? Should they be able to get out after?
No, I don't think they should be able to get out. But I'm asking you, given that they do get out, what should happen to them?
What does the Constitution say?
The Constitution doesn't actually make a particular determination on this.
Wait, so you'd say whatever the Constitution says should be the case?
It definitely does make a distinction on this. It says the right to bear arms shall not be infringed.
So you should be able to own nukes legally?
There. There's not a
So
but,
should you be able to own nukes and miniguns legally?
Do private corporations own nukes now?
No.
Yes, they do.
Can you give me a source legally that they own nukes?
The U.S. government does not.
That's not a private entity.
The question is, should they be able to?
Who makes nuclear
Jacob,
weapons?
you're pivoting here. The question is, should they be able to, not do they?
Who owns them?
Who owns the nuclear weapons? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Raytheon.
No, false.
The
wanna bet?
government doesn't produce nuclear weapons.
No, you're saying private companies own those nuclear weapons legally. Now I would love to get a source for that they own them legally.
Bro, but once again, he's pivoting. You asked them if they should be able to, and he's just saying they do. Jacob, answer Parker's question. Should private companies be able to own nukes?
Well, they do.
That's not the question.
I'm gonna
Should
cry,
they be?
dude.
Bro, P3DOs do grape children. The question isn't, oh, do they? It's should they? In the same way P3DOs do grape children, but they shouldn't grape children. Even if it is the case that private companies do own nukes, should they own nukes?
Yeah.
So I should be able to own a nuke. I just need to open an LLC first. yeah, Parker, let's go start an LLC, right? And then like buy a couple nukes, right? Yo, starting nuke fund, Venmo, PayPal in the bio, right?
Yeah, for the nuke fund, everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna start
nuke fund.
We're gonna start a nuke fund, guys.
Ethan, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Warheads are produced by National Labs.
No, they're produced by.
Can you give me source?
Dude, Raytheon is producing nuclear weapons as we speak right now.
Give me a source that it's not done in national labs.
It's not, dude. No. I'm Googling.
Yeah.
Can we like? That's crazy. He just said that private citizens should be able to own
Well, they
nukes.
already do, dude. They
Wait, just
already
because
do.
someone does something doesn't mean they should do it.
Well, what would you change? What would you do?
I would say.
Ashley, thank you for the $5 for the nuke fund. Thank you so much, Ashley. I really appreciate that. Ryan, thank you for the $11 for the nuke fund. Thank you so much, Ryan. I really appreciate the $11 for the nuke fund.
First Google search.
Appreciate the box,
Raytheon
thank
is
you.
involved in production.
Jared, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
And air-launched nuclear-armed missiles, and was chosen as prime contractor for the new long-range standoff weapon. So, dude,
Rachel, thank you for the $5
I
for the
concede
nuke
on that,
fund.
then.
Thank you for the love. Yeah,
you're
no.
gonna concede on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Jacob, the point is, it's we're not asking what people do. We're asking what people should do. Like, imagine we were making the argument during the time of
Okay.
slavery that people shouldn't own slaves, and then you responded and you're like, people do
Yeah,
own
right.
slaves. Imagine that you were
You
making the
think-
argument prior to the 1990s when grape became
They're just
illegal
involved in
context
the
of marriage.
production. They don't make the whole thing, but they're involved in it.
Yeah, like it's not. We're not speaking about what people do. We're talking about
Involved
people, what
means
people
that
should
they are
do.
getting funding for the production from federal.
Jacob,
bureaucrats.
Jacob,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they own nukes.
Why are you not
That just means
listening?
they're involved in the process of making
Why are you not listening to my point, Jacob?
I'm listening. Sorry, I was responding to what Parker was saying. I'm listening to you now.
The argument isn't what people do. The argument is what people should do. We're saying it shouldn't be the case that private citizens can own nuclear warheads.
You
Do
said
you
doo-doo.
disagree here?
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Okay, I'm about to kick this person off. You,
No, I'm
Jacob,
just-
engage with
No,
what we have to say, man.
I do agree with what you're saying. I'm saying that maybe that does need to change. However, I think that the last point of defense for our argument against authoritarianship is the fact that we are armed, as U.S. citizens, and I think that I don't necessarily agree with the fact that. I mean, I would hope that nuclear weapons didn't exist at all. Unfortunately, they do, and so
we want denuclearization agreements, which
So
is
what
what
about-
Trump was
what about-
trying to undermine.
So I have a question. What about Biden talking about gun control and him saying that y'all need to have F-16s if you're going to actually defend against the U.S. government? Do you think that that's fair to him to say that? Yeah,
that's
y'all
totally
are
fair.
so dumb. Y'all are so stupid that y'all better have F-16s in order.
No,
to defend yourself against
no,
the-
that's not what he was saying. But yeah, I don't think you can fight against F-16s and the tanks and shit. Yeah.
What about Afghanistan?
What about it?
Well,
that's not the
we
full
had
resources of
superior-
the United States government, by the
We
way.
had superior air power in Afghanistan for 25 years, and we couldn't control Afghanistan.
Lawson,
We
thank you for the
did
$4
while we
I've
were
been
there.
Thank you for the
For
$4 I've been
25
there,
We
Lawson.
controlled huge portions of it while we were there. That's just false.
25 years.
Then also, would
What
you
does
contend?
Afghanistan look like now?
Well, that's
Jacob, would you
now
contend-
that we're not there.
Would you contend with the claim that if the U.S. delegated more military resources to Afghanistan, that we wouldn't have been able to control literally every single facet of them?
No, I think it should have been a contingent withdrawal. If we
Should
about the
wait?
withdrawal.
That's not what we're asking, dude. This guy's fucking comprehension skills are negative.
say it again, ask your question again, because I was answering it. But go ahead, ask your question again.
If the U.S. was to delegate more military resources to Afghanistan, would we have been able to control literally anything we wanted to within the nation?
That's exactly the point that I'm making. No matter no matter our military prowess, we couldn't control a place like Afghanistan strictly based on
Negative comprehension levels, bro.
A little less patience today.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna shut up for a little bit. I feel like I've been talking too much. Let me know. Like, feel free to like privately text me.
Yo,
off this,
D,
like,
thank you for the
phone.
$6.66. Thank you so much. They asked how much to kick. Well, don't worry, I beat you to it.
Let me know. Like, you could always privately text me if I'm like talking too much.
No, you're
or-
fine. Don't worry, man.
Just let me know. KP Sloan 2017 says, "Shut up, Dean." Okay.
Yo, dude, crazy. Let's get the next person up here.
In the meantime, y'all make sure that we're double tapping away in that phone screen and sharing out this live with a couple friends.
Oh my gosh, every single person. I give you guest abilities, by the way. Every single person I'm adding is not joining in.
Yeah, if you're MAGA, make sure to let us know in the chat. I'm gonna help you out here. Just start loading people up with you.
Please. I'm actually crying.
Dyson, what's up?
Did you
How
know
are
platform came
Yo,
okay?
what's up, man?
I dunked on him.
Very good.
Yo, what's up? Are you voting Trump?
Of course, of course.
Why so?
So, this is my backing on. Well, let me just
What's
get
your
something
birth
clear
year?
with you guys, right? Hold on. Let me just get something clear with you.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay. Yeah.
And-
So, what's the reason you're voting Trump?
If it wasn't Biden, if it was between like Kamala, whatever the fuck her bitch name is, and the other guy,
What the fuck is
Kennedy.
wrong with you? Why would you refer to a woman that way?
dude, I can't think of her name, bro. I'm not
If-
referring.
if I-
So
wait,
don't
one second.
refer to her as a B word. What?
Yeah, if someone called your mom a bitch, how would you feel?
It matters in what context they use it, man.
What?
What?
Okay, back to what I'm saying. You guys are off topic.
Did you just say no? Did you say in some contexts it's okay for like men to call your mom by
I'm
the B
not
word?
saying any. I'm not saying men. I'm not saying any of that. You're not gonna put words in my mouth.
No, I'm saying, do you think that's okay ever? Glenn, thank you for the
Absolutely not.
$6.66. Thank you so much. Well,
But
that's
I'm
not
not
what
gonna
you just
care if
said.
someone called my mom a bitch. You're asking the wrong person, man.
What?
You should.
Okay, then know my position before you say that, right? So, anyways,
What? I'm asking what your position is. Are you really that dense?
I'm absolutely not going to share personal details on a live that has 3,800 viewers.
Personal details insofar as how you would feel if someone called your mom a bitch?
Like, dude, this guy's so fucking weird, dude.
Okay, dude, can we debate about what we're debating about?
If you stop,
Can you not be a fucking weirdo?
My bad, man. I don't know.
Just a weird misogynistic
damn.
pig, bro.
For real.
So, anyways, would you be voting for Kamala Harris, whatever her name is, right? And Kennedy? Who would you pick out of those two?
I would not pick Robert Kennedy. That's do you want to hear what he just said recently?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, this is brutal. Here, let me leave the thing so I can play it.
Yeah, that clip is. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sexual assault allegation from one of your former nannies. So I want to give you a chance to respond to that.
I've said this from the beginning. I am not a church boy. I am not running like that. I said I had a very, very rambunctious youth. I said in my announcement speech that if I have so many skeletons in my closet that if they could all vote, I could run for king of the world. So, this Vanity Fair is recycling 30-year-old stories, and I'm not, going to comment on the details of any of them, but it's, I am who I am.
You're talking there about the nanny situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
I'm not going to comment on it.
All right.
I don't do much research about Kennedy. I'm just asking that as like where you guys stand, right?
Kamala.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. So
Would you vote for Kamala or Trump?
I would obviously vote for Trump.
Why so?
Like,
Why?
because Trump, it's just we haven't had a president go out for a full term and then come back. So one, what could he do to, prove himself? I'm normally Democrat, right? Didn't vote for Trump in 2020, did in 16, and so why would I not again, right? There's definitely reasons behind why I want to vote for Trump, but it's just
How
it
did you
doesn't
vote
make
for
sense.
Trump in 16 if you're 22?
I mentally, I mean, like I didn't physically vote, but mentally. I mean, come on, like
Okay, sorry.
in 2020, yes, I did vote. Back in 2016, I did not.
Mentally.
I mean, yeah. Who did you decide when? You know what I'm saying? When we were in whatever the first grade or whatever, when Obama in, you know what I'm saying? What's his name?
I think I picked the Republican because that's what my parents supported at the time.
Well, I actually
Well,
supported
there you go,
Obama at the
thankful.
time. I had some dude. My grandparents are so liberal. They're so based. Right? They got me young.
Yeah. So
Yeah, in 2016 I was Trump.
got you. Okay. So I guess why do you choose Biden if you chose Trump then? Because he had the
Because
same
he's been held
allegations
legally
against
responsible
him.
for sexual abuse, defamation, fraud. He said his daughter is voluptuous. He would date her if it wasn't his daughter. He said, yeah, to Howard Stern calling her a piece of ass. He said he has sex in common with his daughter when she said real estate and golf. He said it was okay for him to walk into changing rooms of naked teenage girls who are changing. And bragged about on Howard Stern, in front of Howard Stern. Like, yeah, that guy's fucking horrendous. You want to vote for him?
I don't look at people if people are in charge of me, right? Like, so say I'm working in a fast food restaurant and people are in charge of me. I am not gonna look at their
Bad taking
look through
kind.
them and understand, like, think of them differently based on what they do outside of work. Right?
Okay, I have a question.
So if they raped
Yeah.
someone, you wouldn't look at them differently.
I protect myself from them and other people around them, but I wouldn't treat them any differently from anybody else.
What? Wait, if they graped kids, if there was, wait, I have a question. If Hitler was alive today and he was running for president and he promised not to genocide again, would you vote for him?
Chat, I didn't vote for Trump. I was not old enough in 2016.
Yeah, if Hitler was still alive today and he was running for president and he promised not to do another genocide, would you look at him any differently because of the Holocaust?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would I vote for him?
I think he
What-
misunderstood your question.
Okay. If
You're
Hitler
asking
was
if I'm
alive
voting for
today,
Hitler?
Charles, think of the dollar.
And
if
I know
Hitler-
what I know about
if Hitler was alive today and he was running for president and he promised not to, like genocide people again, and you know that he was sincere, he actually wasn't going to, would
Yep.
you base any of your reasonings insofar as why you would or wouldn't vote for him off of the Holocaust?
Why would I vote for him? Because I already know he did that.
So, okay, this is the logic that we're saying
Because why-
about Trump. He's a rapist.
Okay,
Why
but
would we
think
vote for him when we know he
why
already
would I
did
want
that?
that person in charge, right? That's so horrendous. Which rape is no less, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that is so horrendous, known by, and it's caused a wave up until we were in school. How long is that going to last, right? But
What the fuck is this guy saying, dude?
I don't know. He's
What do you-
yapping.
what do you-
Is grape not excessive enough?
Oh, I thought of a
I
question.
never said that. I clarified that I'm not saying that.
Hey, if someone was criminally convicted of possessing CP, and you were considering hiring them to be your babysitter, would you hire them to babysit your kids if they knew that if you knew that they'd only do the regular roles and which would be required given babysitting?
That's a great question, and no, probably not, because based on a background check.
So you do consider people's people's activities outside of the context of what their job would define as their official duties?
But my thing is, how do I know about that prior to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's that bad to where I know about it, if she was charged with CP, probably not.
Dan,
But
thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
What if
Yeah,
they're
Sorry,
held
chat, I
civ-
wasn't even responding to what he was saying. I just like lobbed it to Anthony Davis and he dunked on like 3 people. That was crazy. Sorry. Go for
Would
it.
you? Yeah. Would you let someone babysit your kids that was held civilly liable for sexual abuse?
No, of course not. Absolutely not.
Then why would you let them run the country?
Dude, that was in 1996. I understand how bad that is, but if that many people came forward, then that many people came forward, and there was no evidence physically that
Then
actually
why
happened.
wouldn't you let him babysit your kids?
I would absolutely let Trump babysit my kids.
You would let Trump babysit your kids?
What if you particularly had a 10-year-old daughter?
Wait. Yeah, dude, he said he would date in 10 years.
Yeah, what if you
I
particularly
don't know
had
if
a
he'd
10-year-old
wait
daughter?
10 years.
Okay, so if someone says date them in 10 years, back then going up an elevator, he's probably meant saying that, like, you're going to have a beautiful daughter. She is a beautiful daughter. In no
What?
context. am I
That
gonna
is
take
so
that
that's so crazy for you to justify
say-
saying that.
Oh yeah, you have to justify him saying that he dated a 10-year-old in 10 years by just inferring that he didn't actually mean that he dated a 10-year-old in 10 years.
I don't think he meant that. I don't
Dude,
think he
you're
looked
so
at that girl
irrational.
and said,
Let's go ahead and play the clip. Let's just go ahead and play the clip.
I already
Yep,
watched
gameplay
the clip.
You're so
Oh, yeah,
right.
you still fucking think that. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it was in 1996. People had different languages.
1992. And that doesn't
You're
change
going
it.
up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it? Hi. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So how about this? How about we look at, like, yeah, absolutely. I definitely see where you guys are coming from and what Trump is outside of what his presidency was, right? But let's talk about what was positive during his presidency.
Absolutely fucking nothing. I'm just
Gas
kidding.
prices,
Operation
what do you
Warp
mean?
Speed. Gas prices were lower under Obama.
No, they were not.
Yes,
No,
they
they
were. In
weren't.
2016, they were lower. You want to bet?
In 2016, by what? 2-3 cents?
Okay, that's still
If
lower, is
that?
it not?
No, but like average. Take average of all the numbers.
Yeah, I am taking average.
Then okay, then no, I don't believe that. I want to see evidence.
And actually, the average was definitely a lot lower. So, like, do you think that Trump caused an increase in the gas prices? The source is Energy Information Administration.
Absolutely not, because overall,
Okay.
his wave, it's just it's inflation, man. And from Obama in 2008.
Yeah, and that
I bet
and you could
Obama
say
in
the same thing
2003
now,
had lower
but he
gas
just doesn't.
prices.
He doesn't use that reasoning now.
What do you mean?
Very interesting that you stop using that reasoning whenever it applies to Biden.
Inflation?
Yeah, like that you say inflation's not caused by Trump, but you say it's caused by Biden.
It's caused by every president. Every president makes decisions that increase
So can
and
you tell me?
decreases inflation.
Okay, so how did Biden cause more inflation than Trump?
Because did we notice a price in everything when, like, legit, I bought yogurt last week and it was 99 cents. I don't know, whenever every year, and I was in school, like every time I looked at that yogurt, it was 99 cents. And now it's 267. Did that go up in a year? I have no idea. But based on everything, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been researching presidents for that long, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, like, if I go somewhere and it's jumped dramatically in the last 4 years than it was any time I was in high school,
Yeah, that's called inflation. How the fuck was it caused by Joe Biden? Name me the policy he
because
passed.
numbers are up way higher than they were. With
That
Trump.
doesn't mean it was caused by him. Oh my god, use your brain. Give me a policy.
Dude, the spending, like Ukraine, right? Do you guys know why Russia
Ukraine
owns
spending has
Ukraine?
nothing to do with inflation. You're just like fucking. You have no clue what you're talking about.
Bullshit. Do you know why?
You want to bet?
Bullshit.
You
Russia.
think main inflation was caused by that? Then why was there global
Absolutely
inflation?
not.
Why was there inflation in
Absolutely not.
Africa? Why was there inflation in Asia? Why was there inflation in Europe?
The pandemic, probably, dude.
Oh, same fucking shit here.
Dude, and the stuff we did during the pandemic wasn't that smart either. Am I gonna say that Trump would have done it better? Absolutely not.
So then stop fucking blaming everything on Biden.
Okay, but dude, that's besides the point. That's totally like the pandemic is impacted us, but is it gonna remain the same or is it gonna start going down?
So again, inflation has gone down.
Absolutely, it has.
We could
And
also
I'm not-
reference
I'm
that the
not-
U.S. had one of the quickest. Also, what's up, Manny? We could reference that the U.S. had one of the quickest global rebounds from the inflation out of any of the countries worldwide.
Dude, at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna sit on here. I have shit to do. But listen, at the end of the day, if it was Trump in
If he's just gonna leave, I'll beat you to it. I'll beat you to it, buddy.
It's not an airport, buddy. No need
Yeah,
to
type back
announce
in the
it.
comment section. We'll bring you up.
Yeah, let us know on that. Yeah, if you're a true patriot, right, we need you on the live. Okay, if you put America first, right, need you.
If you
in
think
the
we're
box
paid by the
right now.
DNC,
True. Yeah. Dude, I've seen an influx in people making those claims, particularly.
yeah, I know, right?
I
love
think it's
it.
because of that Hunter guy.
Yeah, I think it is too.
The lunatic.
Like, I really want him to come on live. That'd be so fucking funny.
Oh man,
I invited him on the live.
He's so fun, Parker. I dunked on him. He's so fun to talk to.
Yeah, what's up, Howdy?
Hello?
Yeah, can you turn off that in the background?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No,
Yeah, are you voting Trump?
Sure am.
Why so?
Well, for lots of reasons. I like that he was a convicted convict.
What?
Okay.
Wait, do you like the fact that he's a rapist?
No.
So why would you like the fact that he's a convicted convict?
Well, I always see you guys say that you can't find a video of Biden, like sniffing girls or whatever, but
No, we've never said that. There's a video of him sniffing his granddaughter's hair.
Yeah,
Oh.
we said like random people.
oh, so you admit that that did happen?
Yes, it did
Yeah?
happen. And what?
Oh, well, so then that's essentially
is that worse than Trump saying that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, saying
No,
his
he
daughter
didn't-
is
he didn't
voluptuous,
say that she
saying
didn't-
yeah to Howard Stern, calling her a piece of ass, walking in the changing rooms of girls in Miss USA that are naked, teenage girls.
he didn't say that he would date a 10-year-old girl. If you listen to him, he
did.
just said that she was like pretty and cute.
I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you
Exactly.
Quickest dunk in history. Quickest dunk in history.
I'm gonna be dating her in 10 years. He didn't say.
He sexualized a 10-year-old. That's a 5th grader.
No, you guys just.
You think it's okay to sexualize 5th graders?
You're the classic leftist
Parker,
that
we could
just
run this down.
We're not even
words.
leftists. We're liberals.
Yeah, we could run this down, Parker. So he's saying that wasn't the sexualization of a 10-year-old. What relevant attribute was present within that 10-year-old?
He just said, "I'm gonna be dating you in 10 years."
Hey,
He could have been
user.
20.
Hey, user, what relevant attribute in that 10-year-old girl would Trump be evaluating when making his determination that he would be dating her in 10 years?
What attribute would make it sound like she was 10?
Her voice.
Oh, so now you're just generalizing her just her voice.
Yes.
the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Honestly, she sounds younger than 10 to me.
So this is exactly where we run into the classics.
Can you answer my question? I asked you what attribute is
No, because
evaluating within that girl.
because you guys are just assuming that she's 10. You have no facts that she's 10.
No, that's what the article indicates.
I also-
that's not true.
Wait, how old do you think she sounds? I want you to give me an age.
By
I'm
the
gonna go
way,
and play it.
I do have to go. I have a
No,
crying baby
yo,
in the
user,
background.
real quick. Tell me how old she sounds.
Thursday night. You
No,
going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating
You
her.
guys have no facts that she was 10.
Okay, feel.
How old does she fucking
Do
sound?
you guys have facts that she is 10?
How old does she sound?
We're operating
you
off
have
of your feelings.
facts
No,
that
no,
she
no, no,
was 10?
no, we don't.
Veronica,
we
think
just
of the
feel like she
$2.
is. How old do you feel like she is?
This is good. I'm proving a point that you guys have no facts that she was 10. and
Yeah,
you
no, we don't. We just have her feelings. So, how old do you feel like she is, according with the
Here,
sound of her
can you
voice?
hear this? I got to get going. I got a baby crying. So, cheers.
Well, in 10 years, you'll be okay with Donald Trump saying he'll date her in 10 years.
Well, I guess if you
fact that
guys
you
want,
laugh at that,
I
you don't
guess
see
if
the
you
issue
guys
with
want
that.
to
It's
let,
crazy.
if you don't, I guess if you guys want to let kids just choose their gender, then yeah, I guess he could be a girl in 10 years. But
What?
hopefully, we're not going down that road.
What are you talking about, bro?
So,
Go take care
all right.
of your baby, bro.
See you, boys.
Fucking weirdo. All right, let's get this next person.
I just
Only-
happen to have my laptop open in that clip. Quick as dunk.
Yeah, MAGA in the chat. Type MAGA in the chat if you want to come up and debate.
Yeah, and random transphobia. Quite expected, unfortunately.
For real. Unbelievable. All right. If you're MAGA, type in the chat. We'll bring you up. Dean will bring you up.
Yeah, I'm inviting people.
Love that, everyone. Oh, what's it called? I want to see if that Hunter guy responded to my comment.
Okay, there's so many people spamming MAGA in the chat, but then you don't want to join.
Yeah, they're not joining up.
Matt Grubber should join.
Come on, Hunter.
There it
Hunter
is.
made a video about me. What's his name? Is it Hunter or something?
Oh, check texts with me. You sent me it.
I
You
did?
can-
Okay.
Yeah, you could reference it on iMessage. What's up, Mac? How old are you?
53.
Are you voted for Chomp?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, bro?
Mostly the economy, but I have a question for both of you. Excuse me.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Well, yeah. I believe this is true, and you may correct me, but Trump was for banning TikTok, and then he reversed his position, is now against it. And I believe Biden is for banning TikTok. Is that true?
He's just for like the particular bill that has it within it, but that's likely to get stopped by the courts. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're saying that you're voting for Trump because of the economy. So how specifically did Biden make the economy worse, or how did Trump make it better?
Well, for me, the the driver of inflation is the printing of money and the devaluing of money by
So there was a greater
government.
increase in the M2 money supply under the Trump administration.
government spending.
There was greater government national debt added to our. There's more debt added to our nation. under
Government
Trump's presidency.
spending, though. Spending.
Government spending increase in the M2 money supply was greater under Trump's presidency in comparison to Biden's.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can look up M2 on Fred, St. Louis Fed. And that would be able to show you.
I'll be honest with you guys. I say
Sharon,
I'm
thank you for
voting,
the $5. Thank you, Sharon.
I say I'm voting for Trump, but I'm doing it very reluctantly. I think all of us would agree that it's pretty bad that these are our two choices at this
Yeah,
point.
but why do you want to vote for him? He seems like a very terrible candidate to vote for.
Well, I think, puts me in a bad spot because I hate defending him, but I don't know.
Would you vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
Would I vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, solely in the fact that she doesn't have cognitive decline, I would be more likely. Yes, I don't know that I would.
Okay, so it's not it's not related to the cognition fully. It seems. So what is it fully related to?
Sharon, thank you for the $5.
No, it is.
on Venmo.
It is the cognition. That's part of the reason I
Then
don't
you
want
would
to
vote for Kamala.
Sharon, thank you for the $5.
No, I said I would be more likely than I would Biden.
Yeah, but if it was fully the cognition, then you would be voting for Kamala, not
Right.
likely.
I was born and raised a conservative Republican, so it's hard for
I
me
was
to,
too.
It's hard for me
So
to.
was I.
Jay, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
It's just
Everyone
hard for
on
me
this
to
panel is born and raised conservative.
Just hard for me to justify voting for a Democrat, I guess.
It's really not that hard when you consider the fact that Trump is a proven rapist, proven fraudster, election denier. He shifted the American focus from intellect, critical thinking, and rational beliefs to just fringe conspiracy theory. It's not that hard to consider when he really hasn't done much for the American people. He didn't pass one bit of legislation that benefited the middle class more so than the top 1%. He instilled virtues of distrust in our civil electoral processes and tens of millions of American citizens over the course of the last 4 years. It is not a hard decision at all. If you like democracy, you vote for Biden.
Let me ask you
vote
this:
for Trump.
Do you guys honestly believe that if Trump's elected, it will end democracy? I hear that a lot, and I just
He's just undermining our democracy.
I feel like
could it
that's
lead to the end of our democracy? Yes, that could.
You do? You think? I think that's hyperbole.
I think it's possible. Yes.
Well, I mean, I also think.
Do I think it's probable? I probably wouldn't say it's probable, but I would say it's possible.
That's fair. I'm glad you're honest about that because I think some people go overboard.
But could it undermine our process? Absolutely, it is undermining our process right now.
I guess. I mean, I don't
Not
know.
even just. I guess it is.
Well, how so? I mean, the Congress still has to act.
Yeah,
There's
he tried to get Mike Pence not to certify the election results.
Right, but
he got tens of millions of people to believe the lies that the election was stolen with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won.
Ultimately,
dictators don't allow elections, and he really tried not to allow that election. He did everything he could.
So do you think he's delusional, or is he just lying and trying to undermine the system?
I think Trump is full of himself, and he believes these things, and unfortunately,
So he's delusional.
yeah, and to some extent,
Okay.
yes.
So you'd prefer
Especially-
someone who's delusional over someone who just misremembers things sometimes?
He's especially delusional when it comes to who won the election. I mean, it's over. Biden's been in the
So again, you would prefer someone who is completely delusional, a raging lunatic,
I didn't say-
over someone that just misremembers
I
sometimes.
didn't say he was completely delusional or a lunatic. I said he's delusional about who won the election. That's one issue.
That's a pretty big thing to be delusional about.
Well, I mean, you're right, but I say ultimately, Biden is in the White House. There was a transition of power, and Trump did stand down. He may still say this stuff, but it's not like he got the military to.
Jay, thank you for the
No.
$25 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you so much.
If anyone wants to support either myself or Parker, we both have our Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals in our respective bios. Love y'all. Let's get some WJs in that chat.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys talk to somebody else.
Appreciate you coming up. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Let's get the next person up here real quick.
I'm probably going to hop off here in about 40 minutes.
40? Okay.
How long are you streaming?
I should really only be on for another hour or so. You could just stay on the whole time unless you have to go.
No, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm just starting to get a little bit restless.
I get you. You want to help add people up?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the most uncomfortable chair known to mankind. By the way, I
I'm
see.
telling you, bro, you got to get the same chair or like a good chair.
As soon as I find like where I'm gonna live next year, I definitely am.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting settled here because I'm getting fully moved out of my other apartment.
Oh, nice.
So it's really nice. Yeah, well, Anna, thank you for the hand art. Thank you.
Oh, does that mean when I go out to LA, I'll have to grab a hotel?
Yeah, you might have to. Which is rough.
L. Let's get some L's in the chat.
But there's cheap ones out here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
15.
You got to be 18 plus to join the live
Oh,
TikTok
shoot.
rules.
Also, I saw someone ask in the chat what my Cash App is.
And yeah, Matt, we are.
If you want to, if you want to support me on Cash App, you could just send it to Parker's Cash App, and then he'll send it to me, because my Cash App is broken. Guys, if you're MAGA, let us know in that chat. We're gonna go and load our next.
Yeah,
guest
Matt,
up
it's
anyway.
for safety purposes. All right, we're adding people up. Ryan's World 2024.
Yeah, I just started to invite them too.
We both sent invites. And they're not joining up. Gotta love that. Parker and Dean should start a YouTube channel. We have a YouTube video that we posted that you can check out. Linktree in the bio.
Pepsi.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
52.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes, I am.
Why so?
Because when we were with him, there was less BS going on.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Just everything that he did was benefiting us, but Biden comes in and
Can you name one thing he passed that was good?
eh,
So then, how do you know he benefited us if you don't even know what he did?
it's just he's a
Thank you,
better
Tracy. Appreciate the
president
$10. Thank you.
than Biden is. I mean, Biden can't remember anything that he's talking. He talks and goes "der" in the middle of his speeches.
Okay, Pepsi.
D, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much.
Pepsi, do you think that Trump is coherent?
I wish they were both in the nursing home, if you ask me, honestly. But
Okay. Just saying. So the reason I'm voting for Biden, even in respect to this idea that he looks a little bit older than Trump, even when he speaks, is he has good policy, and he's not a threat to our democracy, and he hasn't raped a woman, and he's not a felon.
Okay, you guys
you're
keep on
right.
saying the
Trump may be a little bit more coherent. All right, he shows his age a little less, but he definitely didn't do anything good with it. No good policy. All right, straight out the window. He didn't pass one bill that benefited the working class more so than the top 1%. You're held civilly liable for rape and criminally liable for 34 felonies.
Okay, under Biden, my son had to get 3 jobs to get by. One of his jobs pays $20, his main one. He had to get a convenience store one and DoorDash to make it by.
What just happened?
Someone loaded in from like an old.
That's under Biden.
Okay.
I mean, so that's not
Yeah,
benefiting
so
my son at
How
all.
did Biden cause your son to have to get 3 jobs?
Inflation, everything is costing so much.
How
I
is
live
that
in
caused by
Pennsylvania,
Biden?
and because before Biden, he only had one job.
Okay, so inflation wasn't caused by Biden. We actually saw global inflation. There was inflation in Africa, in Asia, in South America, in Europe, right, all around the world.
Okay, I don't care about the all around the world. I'm talking about the states, us.
Yeah, I understand, but that gives evidence and reason to believe that it wasn't caused by Biden, that it was part of a global trend. The same way that like when we saw COVID, right, impact people globally, that indicates that it wasn't caused by Donald Trump.
But okay, the only thing I keep hearing you guys are saying is graping.
Yeah, he did do that.
Okay, going to that subject, should all employers be forced to hire grapists? Think about going to McDonald's. The person who took your order is a grapist. Should he be near a child?
No.
But he's gonna be.
Do I have an echo?
I think they shouldn't be. Yeah, you do.
Okay, I'm gonna swipe in and out. I'll have to rejoin the guest requests.
Okay.
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
so
we
what's your
shouldn't vote for a president who was charged with graping, but yet the normal everyday citizen who was charged with the same crime, the employer should hire them.
No, I would say you shouldn't hire someone like that.
They have no choice.
If you if
Equal
if they've been found
opportunity
guilty of grape, you shouldn't. What?
They can't hold it against them. They have to hire you,
I think they should be able to hold that against you.
but they can't.
Well,
They're
I believe they
EOE,
should be
so
able
it's
to.
like what they should and what they do is two different things. I mean,
Hey, they could fire you for that.
The
So
gun policy.
private businesses
If-
do background checks on potential hirees, and depending on the job, unless there's like corporate rules not dictated by the state that would say otherwise, you definitely can not hire someone because of a criminal record.
Right, but they're a grapist and they work McDonald's. They're around kids.
Well, I mean, that's going to be like the hiring manager at the specific McDonald's location's fault.
Okay, and then with the pew pews, if they take it away from the criminals,
Do you think a
they're gonna
violent
get
offender should be able to
strawberries.
get? Wait, do you think a violent offender should be able to get a gun?
No, but they're going to get them.
Okay, so a violent offender shouldn't be able to get a gun, but should
No.
be able to run for president and get access to the nuclear codes.
Yeah, but no, but
Bro, come on! You don't see how crazy that sounds?
yeah, I do. But the criminals are going to get their guns one way or another. It's going to be called the strawberry effect.
Yeah, I'm talking legally.
No, but they're
You
going to
think
get
they
them.
should be able to legally.
No, not legally.
So why should he legally be allowed to run for president?
He don't carry guns. He has all of his bodyguards doing that for him.
But he should be able to get access to the nuclear codes.
Yeah, like that's the point here. You're saying that Trump shouldn't be able to have access to a pew pew, which is a force multiplier. Yes, but he should be
Okay,
able to have
but
access to the
say
nuclear codes.
Biden's
which is
in
the
office and
largest- ma'am, 1 second. To the nuclear codes, which is the largest force multiplier known to mankind.
All right, with Biden, he could turn around, pick up the red phone, and say, "Hey, I want McDonald's," and he just set off a new war because he's out of his mind.
What?
I'm sorry, it's new technology. It's not the phone no more.
Do you think that Trump is coherent?
That wouldn't cause a war.
Do you think that Trump is coherent? Do you think that Trump isn't out of his mind?
They're both out of their mind. They both should vote for what nursing home they want to be in. But I'm going for the less of the two evils.
Okay, Biden shows his age a little bit more, but he has good policy and he isn't a rapist.
How the fuck is that Trump? Dude.
What?
Biden shows his age more, but he has good policy. He actually cares about the American people. He's not a threat to democracy, and he's not a rapist.
Okay, now an ordinary citizen who walks the way Biden does, of falling downstairs, stumbling over nothing that's there, they're labeled disabled. Now, how can
No, they're
the
not.
president get
This
in
is just
office?
reduced down to ableism?
Yeah, I think so.
How many times has Biden tripped over nothing?
He literally trips like barely. But like even if he did, like I don't know how that's like some bad characteristic.
But
That, like you'd rather vote for like a proven sexual abuser, you know?
But my thing is, there should be a drop-off age that you can become a president.
Okay, well then that would apply to both Trump and Biden.
Correct.
Okay, so what's your point?
I'm just saying neither one should be in there, but they are. That's my son calling me. I have a
That's an
rooster for him.
interesting ringtone you got there.
It's an alarm too.
I mean, do you think that FDR was a good president?
What's your policy about Trump? What are your cons about him? Your pros and cons? Huh?
You want me to go or Dean?
Oh, it wasn't for shit online, he'd probably be fine.
Okay.
That's
she's
what my
talking to someone
33-year-old
else.
my 33-year-old son said, and he was born in 1990.
Cool. Good for him.
He
Now,
can be coherent, set sentences?
Can I talk to him real quick?
Yeah, Aaron. Come here.
Hello?
We're asking about Biden.
What the fuck is going on?
Hello? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, you said you'd vote for Trump. These can speak coherent sentences. Would you vote for
Yeah.
Kamala Harris over Trump?
I don't know. I don't know enough about her political views.